how to pick that up.
Yeah, I know, man.
Philosophically stoned right now. I have no idea. Thank you, Richard. And yeah, I mean, everyone's a prisoner in an Astralis VP game, let's be real, at the end of the day, as we lock horns in the server for this best of 3 with stakes on the line as well, Harry. More playoffs. Last time in Bucharest for PGL, VP were the team to deny Astralis this spot. At 2-2, they won a game, 2-0, went to playoffs and got banged out. So I think Astralis are here wanting some revenge right now, and they may have the roster to do it. A new captain in the form of HOTU. I think I've liked what I've seen so far.
Yeah, I mean, this will be, you know, in the matchup of these cores going head-to-head, this is the 3rd captain to try and beat VP for Astralis. They haven't been able to under the leadership of Cadian nor Device.
Ooh.
See how HOTU, his version of this Astralis squad fares.
Device is just like, why didn't I kill anyone there? I thought they were B-rushing.
God, the fact that Electronic was walking real close. That's the bomb and everything.
VP are very lucky to be alive right now. It's a good push from Stown to clear long. But the issue is if he tries to flank lower, look at them. They're going around the world. I might miss this entirely. Hanging around here, though. Oh, steps. Steps. He hears them all. The issue is he still can't stop long. He has to flank them. Timing is everything, and Stown's nailed it.
Oh, and the fact that they've slowed down.
Ring around the roses.
Although, rather ironically, if he'd stayed where he was, he would have been right there. Still,
got it.
Stown should have 1 at least.
Yeah.
But you really want 3.
3. Boom,
1.
boom, boom.
Oh, just the 1, actually. That's fine.
It's better than none.
He at least got the info, so Stare is ready for this short hit. Still going to fall, but the rotates arrive, and this is all thanks to Stown's info from the push.
Oh, dodge the jump there. Nice repause, but getting whittled by the dualies. HOTU will climb up and finish it. HOTU individually has been holding his own. And I say that like it's a surprise, and that's because, you know, back in G2 it kind of was. He was a struggling individual. Sure, he had big players to step up in those important games. But I think in the few matches we've seen here from Astralis, HOTU has actually been able to get solid output as an individual. Sure, they played Spirit yesterday. I mean, he top performed in the server. Probably an indictment of everyone else, but... Not in the server, sorry, on his team.
I was going to say.
He out-fragged Donk. HOTU 40 and 10. No. No, just in the other games, he's held his own, 1.0 rating.
Yeah, no, and I'm glad that this is like the immediate vibe that we're getting from HOTU is like, oh damn, you know, not only has he kind of showed up in good form, but there's certainly some promise here. This is, you know, for HOTU, nearly 30 years old, a year out of the competition as well, you know, since his departure from that G2 squad. This is, you know, a guy kind of fighting for his whole career, right? He said himself he wanted to get back in sooner, but didn't feel like the right offers had come his way. Finally getting the chance to link up with Astralis. You know, kind of the Danish organization, at least used to be.
Hey, highest bidder, man. Will be Swedish. Yeah, and interesting that he felt that right now Astralis is that right offer, right? Sure, the option to play with Device is definitely a tempting one. It's hard to turn down, but at the same time, Astralis have been in the mud, haven't they? They've had a really difficult couple of years, long few years, 5 years. But having some faith that he could rewrite this Astralis ship and bring them to some glory. At this first outing, it hasn't looked too bad, but the level of opposition hasn't been there. This is going to be the second hardest team they've faced. We saw them against Spirit crumble yesterday, understandably so. VP, I want to see if Astralis can test their mettle, because this force buy is working wonders. A late B hit that has broken in. And they will be giving it up. VP on the board early enough.
I mean, you know, just on the HOOXi topic again, I think it's nice him going back to like the Danish roots of it, right? I can imagine that was a nice, enticing part behind this offer.
That's how he came out into the scene, right? The Flames runs,
exactly.
Majors.
And throughout most of his career, he spent his time in Danish squads.
Yeah.
And, you know, then we saw the G2 international venture for him. One that ended on a sour note, but that he also, you know, was able to get good results in.
He also, I think, got vindicated quite well recently by the fact that players like MongolZ spoke out and said, like, yeah, these roster changes G2 made, I didn't like them. People saying they like playing with him. Oh, device, that is awkward. He's run out top mid right there. He's caught trying to escape. So VP lost the pistol, but right now receiving all the rewards. 2 guns in this round for Astralis. And a B hit is the perfect anti-eco, but Jabby is here.
And Electronic right now is out in the site all on his lonesome. Kind of has cover from tunnels, but he had to pick that up, and that's well handled for Electronic.
I like that he's patient there. He lets Icy get a shot off first. Doesn't jump the gun.
Anything to just sort of add to the pressure on Yabi. The last thing you want is to start feeding him kills. Suddenly he's able to pick and choose his moments from the jiggling from sight. And VP gets stalled out. Suddenly the round's still alive and it's all left hanging in the balance. Yeah, nice realization from Electronic. Just how dangerous that could have been. That's VP with the conversion.
Get converted. Keeping these M4s going at least for Astralis so they can be threatening in this eco round. VP, I like the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde analogy Dust was bringing up, right? Because it does just feel like this team is 2 teams just on different days, wearing different outfits, and certainly finding different results. What VP do we get today? A loss to NIP to start this tournament, beating up on Big, winning over M80 just about. That was a close one. I feel like this team can win against most, but can also lose against all. Little B aggression works out well for Astralis, catching Fame, push back with a flash, and VP going to have to speed this up.
Awkwardness, but he's had a couple of these now. There is this timing open, the backstab in for HOOXi, but he just got that spot off, unable to capitalize as Electronic has already departed. Making it through those doors. And the double gun push through the back line. Might struggle to get past him even though he's low on health. Actually, he's bringing the fight to them. That feels wild for Electronic. Strong position other side of the doors, but he goes walking right through them. Icy can't afford to miss these, not with the big green. And so he's at least stopped that retake from coming to fruition. Still a costly round for Virtus.pro. And it might get more expensive before all is said and done. It's down. Dead, of course. Going to be keeping a very watchful eye on Stown in this game.
Fraud watch, are you saying? Or...
I don't even know if it's fair to call it fraudulent right now. And I mean, you know, his stats were great in every game apart from the one versus Spirit. He's actually had a pretty good tournament.
Yeah.
Some quieter moments, sure, but
I mean,
exactly like it was that Spirit game that really tanked and made you worry. He had 5 kills in Dust2.
I mean, he's the 4th highest rated player of the event, and that's with the Spirit game, which is just kind of mind-boggling. And yeah, it does feel like the lower teams, like where Astralis are favourite. Stan will farm, but he's really had trouble against the world's best.
He's been good at like beating up on teams he should be beating up on.
But I don't even know if VP fit in that category. Like in my head, VP are a strong team, or at least a
exactly.
team.
That's why we're keeping a close eye on him, right?
They're a team of strong players. That's the thing. VP, like the individuals are strong. The leadership has always been the problem, right? Across the multiple iterations of this roster, it's like, do we believe in the system? Do we believe in the process? The calls? Feeling like whoever the in-game leader has kind of constricted the players at times in this roster. Remember how aggressive Flit used to be when Yakinda was on the same team. Meanwhile, Yakinda's now in the playoffs. VP are fighting to get there. 3-1 up on the T side of Dust2. There's been a bit of a mishmash economy for Astralis to start this game. This is their first, or at least best buy. Already running low on util though. No kit in the round. They've got to hold strong.
Corridor smokes in middle, but you could just tell based on where VP threw them from and now the real estate they've gone looking for that this is just a fake in mid with Fame left to lurk through it. Walking into this double setup on the long side though, and VP probably feel a bit disheartened that that's still in play after this attention put forth on mid. But the bomb made it out of there. Running up through the catwalk, there isn't time to get it planted. If Astralis stay alive, they've already won this round.
How's that happened? How has that happened? Disastrous for VP. Sure, the long play just gets melted, but there was room to get up cat. They found the entry. If Icy was there and Wing, they would have got that plant. VP could have made something happen in that post plant with an AWP. Instead, Astralis steal it away.
It's unfortunate, right? Like, the short and CT push did gain a lot of ground, but those are the players in the most isolated kind of solo positions.
At 10 seconds, Icy's just sitting top mid with the bomb. Like, he was never in position to win that round. I don't really... Like, did he not know he had the bomb? So weird. He was never in that. He's never trying to win that round, even when they were going for entries. Sure, I guess. Feels like an oversight. Won't be the first confusing round in this game. Ooh, yeah. VP, love these cat executes. This might be their only move here in this round. They could drop back mid to B. Meanwhile, Fame is making a play. It's going to be a mid to B. Electronic dropping in through the smoke to spawn. To cut this off, he's taken that space. It's now a 5v2.
In the blink of an eye, those numbers have shrunk down. More support from Stown over the smokes, and Icy left looking at an unwinnable round. Once more, time might decide it for Icy. 15 seconds in this 1-on-3. He's got to run away.
Yeah.
So backs out and saves this AWP once more. But Astralis picking up some steam now. 2 rounds in a row, little ways away from fully breaking through the money of Virtus.pro. That's because Icy has a lot of cash left to spare. He could even drop 2 guns into play here. And so you will be getting a full buy.
Quick tack for VP. With a new coach as well.
Are they really just gonna... Okay, they don't put money in. Could have had 4 guns.
One would have been a Galil, I guess, but yeah.
No, Icy's bought a Molotov. Here's 56.50. He could drop 2.
Oh, interesting.
But I guess...
Oh, nope.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
They realize, wait, yeah, hang on. That's a lot of guns. Like, this basically is a full buy.
Yeah,
Let's go for it.
Yeah. Probably just chatting over what they wanted to do, making sure they had everything together. Long take, Icy, mollied out. And Electronic does creep through. He makes it to blue bin. They're going to molly him. He has nothing to put it out. He has to fight for that one. That's unlucky.
Good catch for Stown, right? You could see that HOTU already kind of felt like he'd beat the timing there, that no one had made it across. He was out in the open with util pulled, expecting that molly was a bit of a dud. So good catch for Stown, bailing out his captain.
5v4. No reason for Astralis to do too much here. Rely on the setup, trust in your players. Job gets easier for HOTU in a moment like this. He's low on long. Stown goes back to fight Catwalk. Device has not been fighting middle, so they could be up. The barrel almost gives it away. Instead, Device earns it on merit. Flammers, a couple of shots needed. Device is fast. He finds that headshot. Pre-fired him.
And look down at your feet, Device. There it is. Gets his hands on an AWP.
Very nice. 5v2. Their round.
Remember, this was VP cobbling a buy together with the leftover money in Icy's bank account. They took out a loan to get this ice. Can it buy them more time, though? Plant found. Still in with a chance. This is happening. Flit's done a lot of damage. Might even be able to finish the job on a Yabi. And he softened them up so much that as they creep up through CT, Fame, all it's going to take is 2 bullets to remove the bulk of this retake out of Astralis. There was a big gap found in a round that felt done. You thought Device had already secured this for Astralis.
No.
And this is a round they won't soon forget if it goes against them. 5v2 for Astralis, and Fame continues his tear. Device has no choice but to save that AWP he found earlier. How did that go so wrong for Astralis? They thought it was done. They thought it was over, that they had the round.
That is nightmare fuel. Clean shots. And rotating players that if they stayed in their place may have never been picked in middle.
I mean, that's you know, that comes with like the territory of the 5v2. You're getting 4 from top mid and everyone's just kind of fighting the guy. It's like, haha, we've already won this round, guys.
Next thing you know, bomb's planted, you're low.
Entry comes in on A. Oh god, bomb's getting planted. All the mid players have been tagged up in a fight that none of them won either. That is...
Yeah, great. I mean, well played from VP. The fact that they even went for that, they noticed the opportunity was there after getting that kill on Stown on site, and it all just fell into place. Flit getting so much damage on that mid-cross. Disaster strikes, but for who? HOTU up on long, double, triple. Stare is there, and they melt VP just like that. All right, 5v2, do it again. I don't mean it. I don't mean it, VP.
God,
1v4 for Flammers. He's got the site control.
Okay, Device is coming lower. But Device won't get there in time. Now, Flammers doesn't have this info. He doesn't know that Device is right behind him. And it's just how close... Oh my god, he's turned around to check it. Device dead! No, not another 2v5. Astralis, it can't happen twice in a row. Your goose is cooked. Flammers charging up, in with the cross. We'll make it over. 1v4 clutch attempt from Flammers. Tries his hand at the plant, and they swing through, play on the first tap. It takes HOTU cooking up a triple to save that for Astralis.
Oh, that would have been...
The double push of Stown and Yabi is anything but heroic through the upper tunnels.
Nice. That would have been unforgivable to do that twice over and get
twice in a row, consecutively. Like...
In a row. Astralis do stick the landing. They just swing together and end that round. HOTU, again, having to bail Astralis out. It's not a sentence I'm used to saying. But he does deliver with 3. VP, NT. already got more than they bargained for in this game.
This won't feel good for Astralis, though, right? It's one of those rounds where it's like, even though you win that last one, everyone in the room could feel that you were on the fast track to lose it. I think that's one nice quality that HOTU brought to the table there was you could feel everyone else tensing up a little bit, like, oh God, we're going to do it again. And HOTU just charges through the door and tells them to follow him. But, whew. You know, now no round feels safe, and maybe that can be a lesson learned early that saves Astralis from repeating these mistakes. The alternative is sometimes through trying to play safe, you give your opponent too much room and respect. It's a very fine line to walk.
Yeah. Oh, well, we've seen the opposite of that. So let's hope it's a lesson learned for good, like you say. Device in middle with the AWP, Stare alongside him. Stare been very mobile in these rounds. And VP get a mid-smoke to cross up catwalk. Do it.
I'll have to hit the flick. Ooh. They bait the shot out top mid. Nice layering there to force Device off the angle, and they use it to get out and find Stare. HOTU hears the footsteps coming up through catwalk. It's nice info to have, and it means he doesn't commit to that long push. He's going to get back in time to try and help out Stown, but what can he really do? MP9 at range. Stown is very much the guy that has to do the heavy lifting here. HOTU's just serving as a bit of a decoy, but he's wrapped on. Fame double opening. Device, you've seen him in this position before, once more relegated to save that AWP.
Great just speed there from VP. They don't slow down. They don't just try and look for a long cross kill. They charge into that bomb site so quick. You can see how Stan was caught off guard on the ramp. Didn't even know they were on default. And yeah, weaponry for HOTU is not enough to do a thing. VP, a fast push into A, finds 3 kills for Fame, and continues this trade of rounds right now.
Terrorists win.
I mean, dude, some of these deaths for Stare felt very awkward, right? Like, we always, when Astralis was kind of in its most recent downturn of many downturns, you know, we were always kind of fond of Stare as like this guy who's at least consistent, and you kind of know the mileage you're going to get out of him while the rest of the roster was in turmoil. Stare felt like a safe pair of hands, but the few deaths he's had in this game have just felt awkward. They felt like blunders, and they've usually given up an awful lot of room to Virtus.pro.
When it's not been blunders, like he's been on default twice, and he's like whiffed really ugly shots. So it's like, oh, that's not the Stare I know.
No, exactly. So it's just from the eye test, he's looking a little rough around the edges right now, and so that's going to make players like Stown have to hit that much harder till Stare can get switched back online. Feels like he's just kind of waiting for that round to bring him back into the game. He's had a couple of swings and misses so far.
Yeah, well, there's still time. It's CT Dust2. The issue is the money, right? You're trading out rounds right now, Astralis.
I feel like these rounds, I still feel like Astralis could do damage here. When Device is like forced to make a play with this AWP, I think he can get real scary real quick.
They won it last time with a triple from HOTU.
BP are going B. Where is the Device AWP? On this B site, holding on to the tunnel's position.
Yabby up close as well. Well, Yabby smoked this off. I'd like to just have Device on the line, but VP are the ones to smoke him. He looks over the top.
I mean, look, the moment they see this AWP is here, they might just want to leave.
Oh, that's a good bait. No, no. Mid to B. I mean, it makes sense. Device drawn back. Now it's all Yabby. Device out of position. They're shooting him in the back as well. There's nowhere to go. He's a dead man walking. Shot between two sides. Blind in middle. That's a nice play, but it's not going to win the round here for Astralis. Down a man, down a bomb site. No kit, no weapons, no chance. pack it up. VP, I do like how they play their anti-ecos, just abusing this B bomb site. It's very hard to hold when you don't have the weaponry. Often you're not dedicating many players to be on the eco, just hoping for the best. And even though the AWP is there, it really had to stay on the tunnels to even have a chance. And even then, VP coming through that lurk smoke is a very threatening push.
Yeah, I also like the 1-4 split of it, right? The fact that like Electronic commits to kind of just putting down the CT smoke, making some noise in mid. That suddenly makes the players in the B site, even if it was, you know, a stack there, you're having to be paranoid about the window. You've got to consider all these other options. And if there are players rotating in, they're blocked off. You have the bulkier forces coming out through the tunnel behind that lurk smoke. And yeah, it created a big problem for Astralis, who did kind of fall for it, hook, line, and sinker.
And very quickly, this game can now turn into what was, okay, Astralis are neck and neck. They're trading out rounds. They're, you know, surviving in this game too. VP could run over this map, especially in this first half. 8-4, not unrealistic expectation. They creep up catwalk on the anti-eco. Only Stoun's FAMAS in this round, it's on long. And so feels like VP are just going to waltz in yet again and win the round off position alone. No hesitation here. It's very quick executes for VP in this game. They are not bleeding the clock dry. Working all the better. Out the way, let Icy peek.
Oh my God.
Lineup. Oh God,
all the ducks are in a row. They're walking up. Yabby with one back.
It's fine.
No crazy eco win from Astralis. It's VP in pole position. At bare minimum, they've won out this half, but they could really sweeten the deal. An 8-4 lead to open up on their map pick.
Gun might be blown CT by the bomb. Stan knows it. Yeah.
Terrorists win.
Better than nothing. But yes, VP well and truly in control of this game now. 3 rounds in a row. Astralis winning some really close ones. Also losing some close ones. And VP, decisive T side, kind of cooling from spawn right now. B hits on the anti-ecos. A splits on the gun rounds. Nothing too tricky, but all of it working. Double AWP to bait for Icy. Flit spamming. Wait, triple AWP. Flit drops his. Fate takes 1B. And Icy sitting top mid with another. If you're Astralis, you don't expect the AWP mid right now. And so the boost is perfect. 3 AWPs fire in this round for Virtus.pro.
How can you know where the AWPer is if he's everywhere? Man advantage taken. And VP hungry at the thought of an 8-4 half. Astralis ready to try and pounce and fight for this mid control, something you haven't seen too much from them on this CT side. They bring it out in round 12. But these are uncharted waters to Astralis. Lower tunnels held. Device does even out the playing field with a 3-on-3. And he's even going to hang around. One player falling back. HOTU making noise on the retreat, but Device did not. He's still pushed up on the catwalk. VP skirt by him. He's hearing these footsteps right now. Device knows he's in the position that can make all the difference. Just one. Flamus has snuck out mid in the downtime and stare. This dismal half for him ends getting shot in the side of the head, losing this B site. And with it, an 8-4 looms over HOTU. VP about to put in a very dominant half. As a 6 health captain of Astralis limps through the tunnels. Strong post plant for Virtus.pro, even catching a kill on Flit. If one was gifted, it's going to be so hard to get past Flamus. There should be no world that HOTU wins this. Jiggle now from the back of the site. That's put the fear in him, and they pincer him. VP convincing T-side half.
Yeah, I gotta feel good if you're VP right now. Everything's gone to plan. You almost won two v5s. You at least took one to break the money. And you're running over Astralis on the T side of Dust2 as well. Device not even relevant on this AWP. It may be VP's pick. And this may be a map Astralis have really struggled on this year. Winning only 1 out of the last 8 maps. But even so, this is dominant. When HOTU is your highest output player, it's not ideal.
It's down with another 5-kill game right now as well. Want to see more mileage from him.
T-side is where it can happen, right? Astralis were kind of in the washing machine when it came to the money there.
It's good to see the HOTU fandom is still alive and well. Even, you know, in spite of his year hiatus.
Hard not to be. HOTU not the problem. Not yet, at least, but let's see what a T-side lead is going to look like from this guy. Virtus.pro coming in confident, coming in swinging, sending it up top mid. This is a classic. And yeah, Stown is not going to get much better.
Oh, yeah.
Poor guy.
It's worse.
That's actually
better.
What can you do?
Even
about
the way
that?
his character fell just looked sad.
Yeah, kind of crumpled up. Oh dear.
Oh well. That's
Even jiggle.
Yabi and Stown both found early.
The sleeper agents. There with something here. Flash. Oh, I could have fought it after the fact. He thinks he can leave. It's optimistic. So a 5-on-3 back. Astralis looking to make something happen in this pistol. Smoke comes in on the cross. Icy blocked. Watch him hit a blind shot. Stair ducks underneath it. Icy's going through. No, he's not. Oh, undecided for VP. They keep trying to cancel. Dink, Flip pulls out. Drops spawn. Fame and Icy fighting together. Flick comes through with 1 at least, but Hooksy's hitting headies. Him and Stair with 2 apiece. It's Icy 1v2.
But do you see this 1v2? No, you don't. Stair and HOTU clean that one up, and that's a 3v5 in the pistol for Astralis.
Wow. I think that's a bit of a choke for VP. Like, multiple players not knowing how they want to play it. Flammers in the open, could have fought, chooses to leave really late. Flit has a good position, chooses to leave really late, gets caught. Everything about that felt indecisive for Virtus.pro.
I mean, that's going to allow Astralis to close the gap if they can get past this 4-spy.
Stair also impact round, finally.
That was their trouble in that first half. Won the pistol there, but fell down to the force. This time, Astralis have to be very careful because their game is dependent on these conversions. Device has made it all the way across, and they don't know. The Jiggles haven't spotted him, and so Device is a sleeper agent right now on the long side. This is also a pretty common thing to do, right? You've lost Cat, so you want to try and take something. You're going to look to take long, and that actually makes Device's position very valuable indeed. If he played Trigger Discipline there, that's a double kill. Instead, it's just 1 from Device. Flit lights up the short side play. This full A stack for VP, now with players entrenched on long, has caused a lot of issues for Astralis. Yabi is looking for the bomb. He's been able to get it. Him and Stown have to cook up a 2-on-3.
I feel like you still
or else VP once more win this 4-spy.
Stown's going to get out middle here. They're clearing him manually. Flick gets that 3rd kill of the round. And okay, it's a bit of info. It's a bit of room. It's a 1v1 for Yabi, but he needs it cleanly, and that is anything but. Eats a scout shot. VP scrambling to get back in position, and Yabi doesn't have time to play funny games here. He's got to move in. Icy's just not giving him the kill. 3 bullets. If he reloads, he's dead from the flank. There is no surviving this. VP do stick the landing on a 4-spy. And come through with a clean one at that. 3 from Flit. He's having a great game right now. And it's all the worse for Astralis. Great individual output. Pyjamas on the force. And VP putting Astralis back on their economic woes. Looking like the NASDAQ right now. Astralis got nothing. That's both pistols won by Astralis, both force buys won by VP.
It's also because they encountered forces both times. Like if they'd converted these, they would be the team winning right now.
Yeah.
And they really needed the conversion on the last one because it was the only thing keeping the game alive. Now they can heat it up with a force buy win of their own.
VP were blind there. Whole map was quiet while Astralis scaled. VP didn't believe it. Which is weird because Electronic had a nade. He could have naded CT smoke, got some info. So it's a weird oversight for the in-game leader of VP. 3 and 12. And Astralis just creep mid to B in the round.
Terrorists win.
They're back. 5 alive. Maybe converting off their pistol after all, just a little bit later.
I mean, look, it's another chance, right? You've made amends for falling down at the force once more, and you've kept the pressure on Virtus.pro. It's a big opportunity for Astralis. And one that didn't come easy. Well, actually, that's a lie. Somehow it did come really easy, but not supposed to. Force buy back in from Virtus.pro. Had a real gift for winning them. Now, position taken over towards Cat and Long. Last time they were up against one of these forces, the A play left them walking into a stack. Well, VP have done something similar here. They've got 4 players in A, just a solo hold of fame with that M4 in the B site. But this time, Astralis are keeping their options open. I think HOTU felt like last time they were a little too restricted to having to commit to that A play. Does look like, though, once more, they're going to hope to get up Catwalk. And so, again, they go into this A stack. Are Astralis destined to repeat mistakes of old and fall down to this force once more? They make it out past the scout, sustaining just the 1 tag on Stair. Device will reply and even goes fishing for a little bit more, but playing up close is Pyjamas. Cleared cleanly. Stown up and over. It's just Electronic, and he'll be silenced. This time, Astralis will stick the landing on the short play.
That's going to break the money of VP once and for all. Seeing a late resurgence from Device in this game. He couldn't really get off to any impact on that CT side. Orb was pretty irrelevant. Now he's got it out on the T. Connects 2 shot through the doors. hell is going on? Get him out.
Yeah, cheeky little move for VP, just trying to group and fight mid through the doors. Waiting for the guns in the next round. Even now, Astralis thinking 4v2, boys. They got us right where they want us, so let's just be careful. And they have picked right. Ending over towards B. Only gun left behind in mid is that MAC-10 as well, so it's not like you're saving anything great out of this if you're VP from that one kill. This is now a one-round game. And even though there's been, you know, a lot of pitfalls for Astralis, losing a 5v2, nearly losing a 5v2 again in the following round, winning pistol, but losing the forces both times over. They're making amends for it here in this second half. And they could still close this out. VP will have a lot of money in this next round. Icy is going to be bringing out the AWP. They have a proper full buy to try and maintain this lead. But games can feel very snowbally when you start on the back foot on this CT side. And so it's important for Virtus.pro that with this next full buy, they're able to offer up some resistance.
Terrorists win.
Well, don't worry, VP saved a MAC-10, so it's going to be okay. Electronic is actually going to play at 4-14, having a rough go at things. Looking shaky on those POVs. Device smoked in middle. I think it's definitely worth using this smoke when Devices just hit 2 wallbang shots on the cross. VP don't want to risk losing a man early.
Look at the pace on this round. This is a great pace change call coming out from HOTU. The rounds have been slow and methodical, even up against full USPs. This time they try steamrolling the B side, but VP are stacked here, 3 strong. It's a tag from Electronic on the players at the door, and into the crossfire they go. Chewed up by Fame, who still wants more from this. Gonna peer back through the smoke, goes hunting for Yabi, and the B play gets destroyed. It's just Device dead. 2 Icy in middle.
Hey, great gamble for VP. 3 on B, off spawn, inside of the site, and they just lock it down. I still think it's a bit weird on the entry for Astralis. First guy comes through the door, it was either Stair or Stown, and he gets into the door, and then he turns around to check CT. There's no one there, and he blocks his teammate, and they can't entry, and then they're a little late. It's like, if they just went off their timing, I think they probably get that first kill without losing a man. And considering that round comes very close, what it could have been, I don't know why they turned around and stopped when they played that fast. It was Stair. Just needed to go. Just a weird pace there, but unfortunate off spawn considering you're running into a full triple B hole.
Yeah, I mean, you could see what the presence of Electronic there did to them. Suddenly, no one was really sure where they're supposed to be looking. It felt like a very chaotic and awkward set of clears as they're desperately seeking the second and third player in that B hole. And so buy back in for Astralis, but that little advantage that they've picked up, that chance to kind of level the playing field here now hinges on success in this round. Again. Once more, it's fast out through middle. And there's another triple B stack for Virtus.pro.
It looked like they wanted to completely run it back, but calling it off perhaps after getting spotted, swinging down mid by Flit. He goes to reinforce B. Astralis going to mid-ground instead. Icy on the car. Astralis have to make up their mind here. VP aren't going to give them a way in. They are entrenched in their positions. It's a round where Astralis just have to make a read. HOTU called to the test. of where they want to end. Cat smokes, but it does feel awfully like a mid to B, doesn't it? Bombing upper tunnels. Who's he going to drop in spawn? That's a huge entry. Device killing an aggressive fame. Might draw them into this two-man hole.
HOTU's just sort of in a win harder position from the CT drop though, right? Like he won't be involved in the actual B hit, so you need to get through this double setup. Electronica car bested straight away. Stare and Stown both provide the openers. Plant found for Astralis, and HOTU gonna catch them as they try to save these guns. Icy wants to get out with his AWP, but HOTU's already giving chase.
Never even spotted him getting into the spawn zone. And he goes further. HOTU finding the individual output in this match yet again. 2 huge exit kills to slam VP's money to the ground. And a game that felt like VP was surely gonna run away with after finding that second round force. Now they can't even buy. And Astralis are nipping at their heels, 1 round behind.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, the thing that's very surprising about this is like even through all the sort of trials and tribulations and the weirdness that has been Virtus.pro, the one thing you've been able to rely on for them to a good degree is their Dust2. And for Astralis, this map's been pretty dismal. Got bullied on it yesterday by Spirit. Here they are, giving VP a good fight. Now, don't lose this round. You've seen them fall down many times over. In moments like this. But Stairs looking to keep it on... hang on.
Stairs trying to keep it on lock.
Oh dear.
God.
Don't worry.
Bomb has been planted.
Still. No, thank goodness. Gabby just watching, like, you know, he's like watching like a group of ants at war before he decides to get involved.
Brings in the magnifying glass. Sick.
It's twisted if you were doing that.
Yeah. Here we go. VP. This is a big one because Astralis can afford a loss this point in the game. They've taken a couple of cleaner rounds. VP don't have that buffer. They have to win now. They have to win hard. Device going for that B entry. Smoked off. The unenjoyable life of a B anchor. Fame's done an admirable job.
Last few rounds, you've been kind of conditioning VP to think that, you know, the first time they throw like this early CT smoke and they make noise tunnels, they do commit to the B split. But now they've been throwing it kind of every round and not going straight away into this B play. So you've been somewhat conditioning VP to not believe those smokes, not believe that you're always looking to make a play off of them. And so even as those come in now, VP won't bite down super hard on these early tells as to where the round's ending up. Astralis come through the tunnels. Fame dead and now trapped in the site is Flit. These are good entries from Yabi, and that's enough already for Astralis to take the lead. Moving into pole position. This is after a dismal first half that was kind of fraught with errors from Astralis. They've tightened up since getting onto this T side.
Yeah, that's why I actually have enjoyed HOTU in this team. The cores haven't been crazy, you know, intricate strategy. They've been pretty basic. He's been using his pieces really well and letting them shine. Just a standard B hit. Got a couple of nasty mid to Bs. And just playing very pack CS right now. Astralis trading out really nicely. Not even needing to in this round. They keep 5 up so far. This nade could be a problem though. Might just stop Astralis from sending it. They really want these kills at the end, knowing they can take away everything. And Stown's found the AWPer. So huge kill for Stown. Flamus keeps his M4, but that is all VP are going to have. We are looking at map point for Astralis here on Dust2. VP really should take a half buy at most. Keep 2K, buy next. This is a disaster class for Virtus.pro when it felt like they had everything to win this game. But I don't think Icy's had an AWP kill in this half, if the map. Electronic still struggling. The B-holds were fine, but in that round it was too hot to handle. Astralis got all the entries they desired. And HOTU's still top fragging. Really didn't think he'd be the firepower of this team. But they needed it, and he provided. What took Astralis so long?
I'm playing more strength in numbers Counter-Strike for Astralis. They're just full grouped for this A hit. They are going into a stack here. Electronic, the one they'll be facing first, tucked in at the site, 5-7 prime, but need a big round from Electronic, really, if someone's going to keep VP in this, and the nades will just destroy him straight away. As soon as he's uncovered on the boxes, he is deleted by the Astralis airstrike.
It's back-to-back impact rounds for Stown with double entry kills to get Astralis into a bomb site. Late in this game, he activates after a struggling CT side. No one's getting out of here alive. Icy's got a USP. Astralis will not let them in. 3 from Stown. That's 12 rounds, and this is it for VP. Do or die. The buy round they've been waiting for. The buy round that must hit. Or Astralis are taking your map pick in this series and are just 1 away from the playoffs.
And, you know, coming into this game, they're Stown, someone that you've seen have some high highs and some incredibly low lows. Electronic, same thing. You know what these players are capable of. It's just getting it out of them. And they both started pretty horribly. Stown finishes with 5 kills in the first half, but he has gone on to recover, as you say. Electronic has not. He has never come back in this game. It's been the riflers that have had to do it for Virtus.pro. Fame, Flit, Flamus. Triple Fs. Paying respect to the 3 that are trying for Virtus.pro. Here's another group. Long walk. Good flash. A lot of damage done there. They all lined up for him, but Stair's going to cancel out that peak right before the kills could come through. VP still have waves of defense here.
But understandably, they panicked. They dumped all their utility on this cross. Flit's bringing his belt in, but Astralis just cooler wait and wait out all these flashes, all these nades. Now they cross.
Good nades. Soften up the hold even further. Electronic once more, kind of in the pole positions to try and make a difference. Plays through the smoke at the back of the site. There's the help from Icy. And it's only Device, 1v3. Or else this is a 1-round game. VP looking for a second wind, and Device backs out.
There's no reason to save. You have max money for the last round. You have to try this.
Now he's walked so far away. He's made it so hard for himself. 15 seconds, and they're all holding these lines. Icy Orp on the angle. The swing from Electronic is what seals his fate.
That's a weird play for Device, the experience play. He knows all 3 are there. He still backs up to try and save his gun before realizing, oh wait, everyone has 8 grand. We're going to be able to buy no matter what. They already have an orb. They don't want a double orb probably. Let's just go for it. By that point, they've taken positions. They've got their high-low setup, and they finish the job. 3 on 5 for VP when all is said and done. I like the slowdown for Astralis. I think that was a good play, but that smoke on the site really constricts them.
I mean, also, you know, we called him out going into the round. Electronic made a really heads-up play there, right? That was like dire straits. They're coming in. Their nades are finding kills. And even for a guy who's sitting bottom of the board with 5 kills at the dawn of that round, he skirts around the back of this smoke towards Goose.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when they all start looking at him, that's when Icy plays his hand. That was a really nice interplay between Electronic and his two remaining teammates over on short.
Yeah, if anything, him not feeling it there helps. Is part of the reason he pulls back after one kill, right? If he was having a great game, maybe he swings to the fences. He pulls back, they're looking at him. Icy gets the frags. So here we go. Is it overtime, or can Astralis close on VP's pick?
Astralis do take the pace out of it. They don't start as grouped as they have been.
Nice util trade, keeps Icy on this angle. Electronic trying to get his orb activated, but flashed off. That's the exact reaction Astralis wants.
Starting 2-3 like this, and just with how VP is set up, they were aware that this slowdown was coming. They anticipated that Astralis wouldn't just run the 5-man pack counter-strike back again. And they don't over-rotate here on the back of these smokes down in middle. They have the B players keep an eye on it. Icy's orb should be in position for this short hit. They'll stare to open up. Util coming out. There is Yabi creeping through CT.
No way.
And he's got VP's own bounty and nades dropped in front of him, trapped in this little cubby, but Icy, how long can he watch that for? Apparently just long enough. 20 seconds here. Astralis, they don't want time to decide this, but someone has to be that player to make a move, to lead the charge.
What?
Electronic tries to get away. Surely that doesn't cost them everything. It's going to come down to this. Device left in the clutch. He didn't attempt that last 1v3. He has no choice but to try in this one. Those nades are all raining in from the spawn. There's one more. That would have ended the round. Device would be dead, but Flit elects not to throw it. Device crosses, low on health. Nade just falls short. They had all the util to end this right here, right now. But instead, they've given Device the room. Flit narrowly walks that one over the line. It's real close. It's far from comfortable. But they stopped Device on his way to that clutch. VP lock in overtime.
That just felt like Device's story right there. That felt like his chance to end the game in a 1v3, all the glory, a beautiful couple of shots, but the nades, so much damage. Flit finishes what he started, and Icy, say what you want, he had no impact for about 15 rounds of this game. In the last couple, he's had multi kills with the AWP, and he keeps VP in it alongside Flit. 21-14 for Flit. Device denied. We go again. Pop through the long smoke. Don't know about Flit, but they're being cautious anyway. Flammers comes swinging out. Will that be enough? Do they check? No, they don't. Flit gets his kill. Any more? Device doesn't know. Teammate dead again, 1v3.
Oh, dude, it's rough. Like, Device is always keeping you entertained in these, but how many of these rough, impossible clutches can he get left in? VP starting to streak together rounds. That's now 3 in a row for Virtus.pro, the 2 required to lock in this OT, and then they take the first. Do or die now for Astralis. It was in this T-half that they rose to the occasion. This was where they found the bulk of their rounds. And so if they fall down in this one, they won't have an AWP going forward. They won't have a perfect buy in this next round. It would be teed up for Virtus.pro to go flawless on this CT half. They've lost Yabi early. A weird death over in tunnels at the hands of this high-impact Icy AWP that's come alive as we approach the end of regulation. Fame donning a second AWP. That's afforded to them after winning that previous round cleanly. Util raining in from Electronic. These nades are so punishing. Stare and HOTU left out on an island. 2 versus 5. Astralis had this happen to them. They've got to do one the other way. They focus their attention into the ramp. They're trying to fight together for the time being. They are both fully discounting the catwalk. Focusing forward on these fights down the ramp. HOTU with this swing. Flamus has him, and that might trigger these players on short to start making moves. A lot of time has ticked off this bomb. VP have not given themselves a lot of breathing room. HOTU, the man in the spotlight for Astralis, looking to take this one at a time. It's going to be real close. I don't think they've got it. I don't think VP have this. They take so long on that retake. They respect the Giga Chad too much.
1v3 just by virtue of staying alive. He doesn't even do anything. He kills them with fear itself. Virtus.pro. They wait out that entire cat smoke. The attention that Flamus had on HOTU in the site. I agree, Harry. I thought that'd be enough. I thought that'd be the sign, the signal to send VP through that smoke. But they wait it. They pay the price. Unbelievable. A gifted round, and one that Astralis desperately needed just to keep this AWP going, this full buy in their hand. And they're just going to go for a B hit. These working well. Stan was finding his entry kills. He's going to be doing the mid to B stuff now alongside HOTU. And again, VP go back to the classic. Triple B. They were playing this at the start of the half. Electronic is going to get time wasted in middle, perhaps. 2 players playing first through these corridor smokes. And Astralis with their lurk smoke at B as they get ready to commit in. Electronic holds for 1. It's up to Fame again.
This B hold has been the shining light for Virtus.pro. And so can Fame and Co do it once more? No, it's just 1. Flit out through the window in the meantime, and a 3-on-3. Might not want to play this, might not want to play too soon. They're on for a retake right now of Virtus.pro, but there is Util still ready to come in and help him. They made it on the smoke. Flit lucky to not get punished. And so they will wait for this retake. It comes down to a 3-on-3 in this B site. Look at the move that Yabi has made. Ready to stab Virtus.pro in the back as they try to come in. Flit will find him. Stown full blind, device hung out to dry. It's gotta be Stown, and he can't find his footing. VP stick the landing on that retake. This time, there's plenty left on the clock. They waste no time in making their play.
Yeah, excellent Util on that retake there. I thought it was Dunzo when Flit didn't swing early and Thinder heard. Astralis got 3 players in good post-plant positions, but VP blind them out and flush that B bomb site, finding the half in their favor. Anyone's game, well and truly, but this first half back on the CT side was shambolic for Astralis. Something has to give. Something's got to change.
Well, in the clash of ours, we'll turn the other cheek. VP T-side now. Yabi. Here's them in the tunnels, just going to block that off. Doesn't want to risk fighting early. VP. Slowing it right down, but Device. Drop down position, they just flash him off. This is good real estate for Virtus.pro. Captain's going to clash on long, and Electronic didn't even consider it. You've seen him be caught by this a few times.
Flit 25 and 15, again naded in the smoke. They get out mid, creeping as well. No info. Fame's not paying attention. He doesn't even shoot back. Stair gets a double kill. Bombs loose in middle. Flit's walking side by side with Stout. They both realize Stout gets the kill somehow, some way, and Icy just walks into B. That's 3 from Stair, but by virtue of Fame falling asleep,
He was right on his screen. He didn't even shoot. That was a free kill. And look what it does. Look where it ends. Triple for Stare, 14 apiece. Astralis draw it up.
Tie game.
What is happening, man?
Wheels certainly off in OT. Straight gliding. Icy tries his hand at the cross shot. Electronic wanting to be involved. VP get the short control. I mean, there's not been a lot of rhyme or reason to this game thus far, right? Both teams winning out on the T-halves in that regulation part of the match. But now that we've hit OT, it's anyone's game. So that doesn't seem to matter, but VP going to return to the short pop. This was how they found a lot of success in regulation.
I can't say it more. It has to be HOTU. If HOTU doesn't perform on this cat hold, VP are going to win this round. He's the only guy anywhere near this. He lets them through inside of the smoke.
Wild way to play this! HOTU! The Destroyer! Goodbye, Virtus.pro! HOTU has their number. Won't get the ace. But the map, the game will do for HOTU. Icy left in rough waters as he watches his team turn to dust around him. Astralis have HOTU to thank. Map point secured as the captain, the Giga Chad, hooks up.
That's my captain. Oh dear, Virtus.pro. That's the way it comes crumbling down. Almost a year out of the game, and HOTU shows up with this unbelievable sequence. Hot hands and VP melt.
Six months on the bench, many months waiting for offers. This guy was available the whole damn time. Finally finding a home in Astralis. HOTU has put them on the path to victory.
And doesn't it taste good? This is VP's map pick. Astralis looking to steal it away in overtime. And all the meanwhile, HOTU is top fragging.
I mean, that 4K will most likely be match-defining, game-defining in what was already a fantastic game from the captain of Astralis.
Absolutely.
To take him back to the stars, he had to become one himself. VP left with the dregs on this T side. Couple of Tech 9s. And limitless disappointment for how this one is playing out.
Oh, no one saw that. Smoke goes up on Cat and VP want to run it back.
Can you imagine? The adrenaline is pumping for HOTU right now. You might not feel it straight away, but sets in the play that you just made, how hard it hit, what it's done for you. Let's see if he can steal himself away for just one more round, one more multi-kill from the captain carry of Astralis. Smokes in for Virtus.pro. And they're very cautious. The last time these smokes were thrown, one guy ruined their entire game. HOTU instead more reserved, lets them play across, leaves this to the retake for Astralis. Fame will be the first man to get tested here out in mid. Needs to get something from this lurk. It's a lot of damage. And the 1 kill from it ain't bad. But the job's not done yet for VP.
It's a nice setup. HOTU giving it up was the right call, playing a 4v4. Fame's done very well to find a lot of damage on Yabi, but Astralis are moving up. Flashes go high. HOTU has tip of the spear, full blind, and he's going to get headshot by Electronic. Flit follows up, and we go double overtime unless Device does the undoable, and it's simply not going to happen. Virtus.pro always find a way to give us all the rounds and then some. Paid by the minute, paid by the second. We're on VP's time now.
I mean, credit to VP, the resilience to keep themselves in this. A game that they likely feel they should have won a very long time ago. Put forward an 8-4 half. Able to win the 4-spy after losing the second half pistol. Felt like they did so much of the legwork early on in this game, but it just keeps demanding more of them. And they're here, they're willing to match it. It's a hell of a nade from Stare.
Oh, Spam was very close to just getting multiple headshots. Device on the short side. And VP need to flash this. If they don't, it's going to go wrong. Dry fight is fine for Device.
Oh my God, not another. Ooh, no, they are holding for it. Oh, they've just stopped. They've just, oh no, they're back on.
God,
But he had to hit that flick.
That was clean.
Oh, HOTU is feeling good right now.
Yeah.
Clash of the captains, and it's not even close. Electronic destroyed. HOTU once more. High voltage play from HOTU.
Let's Flit with 28.
Amped up. Stown in at the ramp side. Mollies might rain in, but he doesn't feel pressure to face yet. Not in the 5v2. Doesn't want to misstep, doesn't want to misplay. Instead, waiting, picking his moment very intentionally. Let's see when Stown decides to go. Waiting for HOTU on the long side. Everyone else grouping in at the spawn, and Stare will be the one on the board first. There's HOTU. Another big multi-kill round. A hat trick to find the first in this second OT for Astralis.
It doesn't even make sense.
There's no limit to what this guy's doing to get these rounds on the board.
It doesn't make sense, because let's all just be honest. He never did this in G2. He never had these kind of games, dropping top performances, carrying his team through it. But vindicated somewhat, back fresh after a break, and we're seeing that all Astana long. Players like Yakinda back in rosters with a lot to prove, a lot to do, and they're doing it. HOTU's there as well.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, you know, like we said coming in, when we were kind of talking about HOTU in the first few rounds, as long ago as that feels, you know, HOTU's 29 years old, was a year out of competition. The most high-profile team he'd ever been a part of, that G2 squad, ending on a kind of sour note where it felt like he shouldered a lot of the blame for their shortcomings. And, you know, now trying to rebuild himself, coming into an Astralis that are, like, so far from a peak or even resembling, you know, a team that you feel could be a dark horse at these events. Astralis were in dire straits as HOTU moved into this roster, going back to full Danish Counter-Strike, where he made a name for himself back in the Copenhagen Flames, where his career started. And in many ways, you know, this feels like it kind of has to be where HOTU proves himself. This is where he has to bring his stock back up. And at least in these games at Astana, you feel like he's certainly done that. More aggression from HOTU as once more he tries to put the squeeze on Virtus.pro.
Okay, the block is fine. I would have liked to see if he could just shut him down as they walk in. I feel like VP wouldn't have flashed that play. But the block is going to buy a lot of time and send VP back to the other side of the map. Device has full mid control right now with the orb. Not having to worry about lower. Flamus is testing this B late. And VP slowly edging out long here. Block on long at 48. VP getting their time wasted. Are they really going to go back to B? If they want to do that, they have to do it now. Flamus is lost to the wind. They've got to run right now if they're going to do this. Is it really mid to B? Device just leaving his angle. Flamus entering upper tunnels. Needs his kill or the round just dies right there. Now they have to go cat. Device is back. He hits his shot. He backs up. He's got Molly smoke. This round's bloody over.
Oh my god, if he could choose which nade to throw, maybe it would have been Device. Dropped out 14 seconds. They've left themselves with no time, have VP. And Icy in an unwinnable clutch, can't do a thing. Couple of these rounds for VP where they lose track of the clock, they lose track of the time. It's left hinging on, you know, must-win fights. You can't afford for anything to go wrong there if you're Virtus.pro. They lose Flamus in the tunnels. Stown, who's had a bit of a middling performance here, has felt so far from a safe bet in these fights, wins a crucial one in the tunnels.
Yeah.
That denies the B play. Device gets back on the catwalk just in time. VP, that's going to feel like a squandered round. That feels like a squandered opportunity, and now they're by here for the third of this OT. Lacks the AWP, lacks the util. And HOTU brings the pain. Flit and Electronic wiped from the server.
Top fragger in the server now. Matching Flit. He looks to go further. They give HOTU the AK. He's the star player. And a star-studded performance today. As Astralis sit 5v3 back relaxed in their bomb sites, beckoning VP to come their way. Bomb heads B. Stair jump spotting. Yabi in a hard position to clear. Doesn't need to repause. Doesn't need to re-peek. Can just wait for VP to try and hunt down the anchor. Device on his. There's that B molly. VP getting blocked. And there's a smoke to follow up as well. This is a middle finger from Astralis. This is a clean CT half of overtime.
I mean, you feel like, what more can they ask for than this, right? This is the best OT you've seen leveled forward yet. Astralis taking it cleanly and in big part because of that squandered opportunity in the second round of OT. MR3, you really can't afford to lose 2 in a row. And I feel like you threw it all away in that second round, essentially losing it to time. That feels like it's VP's goose being cooked. Astralis, they have 3 chances now to close out Dust2. This is a map that they have really struggled on. It's VP's best. And if they pick this up, they will be the favorites to win the matchup and secure that playoff spot. Device, oh, that's gnarly. And the opener secured. Flit making moves, feeling pressure as the man topping the charts for VP. He knows he has to be the one to make a difference. He has to try and match up to HOTU and the impact he's had in these rounds. And he has found the golden timing. Flit has the round in the palm of his hand. Stown won't consider this. No one will. This is not a timing they are aware of. But Stown's turn means Flit has to fire early. He won't get a multi-kill from this flank. At bare minimum, he's wasting a hell of a lot of time for the Astralis squad.
Yeah, Device in a very awkward position because he has to worry about suicide as well. HOTU just went back to check it. Device, will patience pay off? He's on the line. Flit edging in, not committing, knowing he's trapped Astralis in middle. He saw a barrel. Couldn't be worse for Device, really. I don't know how Astralis is supposed to win this round. Everywhere they go, fraught with peril. And Flit ready to spring the trap right behind. They know it in the back of their mind.
A footstep in the door. Wonder if that was going to trigger the swing from Flit, and indeed it has. One droplet of info is all he needs to make his play. And so this first in OT for VP comes through, and it's thanks to Flick getting activated on that top mid push. Astralis really weren't sure how to contain that, how to deal with it. And it gave VP a significant edge. That's Flick back up to top of the server, 30 kills deep. Certainly feeling pressure to make these types of plays, but never overstepping. They'll need 2 more like that if they want to survive for 1 more overtime.
I mean, that'd be crazy to do it. I know Astralis got a clean sweep on CT, but both these teams had really bad CT sides in regulation, and here we are, considering the VP could put it all the way back. Icy dodges the smoke, an aggressive line in the B tunnels. Yabi jiggling, but he walks right in.
That's a fight that Icy's been able to get the better of Yabi in. Most times he's lent towards B with this AWP.
And we have a second AWP as well, Fame.
HOTU on the catwalk, though. Made a name for himself here. But not going to get past that secondary AWP. Astralis have hemorrhaged a lot of players right off the top of this round, and so those 3 chances that they once had looking to get reduced down to 1. That is a crazy shot for Flit. Just to add insult to injury.
Careful though,
Vice
he's
has gained a lot of ground.
Oh, that's
but now pincered. There's the support from CT. And Flit will swing out on that contact, knowing Device can't deal with him. It's a 1-round game again.
No way.
Virtus.pro, can they once more match up to the might of Astralis? After their flawless CT half, you thought Astralis had this in the bag. VP might be about to do it back to him.
VP dragging us into another overtime, kicking and screaming. That doesn't sound like this team at all. 18-17, 3 in a row, a beautiful half of CS. And Virtus.pro are still here, somehow, some way, refusing to go down.
Something that is scary, since getting onto the T side, you haven't had these openers, you haven't had these multi-kills from HOTU, and unfortunately that has been the driving force behind Astralis.
He's faking his departure. Oh no, he is leaving. Okay, that's a little delay to the play. Dangerous move. And I mean, Astralis, look at this. They're on 2 Tech 9s, for God's sake. They don't have the chance. Device and Stare unarmed. They just have to go B, and it is a weak setup for once. VP have had some great B stacks in this game. This is not one of them. It's Flit with full util. It's Fame up close. But they're getting drawn into this mid-fight. They have abandoned the B site in its entirety. They need both these kills, and they need them clean. Yeah. HOTU gets out inside of the smoke.
Walking through it is HOTU.
No way. Back turn. Back
Walking
turn.
right through. Flit gets gone on in time, but wasn't ready for his second player.
They're in B.
Can't double up. They've gotten through the B site in the meantime. Look, HOTU was the guy that kept Astralis in this game. Now it's down to the rest of them to finish what he started. 3 on 4. Stare wounded. Him and Device only armed with Tech 9s. The odds are in VP's favor, but we have seen them fumble these rounds to the clock. It can't be another case of mismanaged time for Virtus.pro. They're closing the gap in through the tunnels. Icy left alone to watch for the push out in mid. Yabi gets dinked. Time still getting away. Device and Yabi come up with kills. Fame's trying to retreat. Where's he going?
No.
There isn't time for this. Astralis take the dub. OT denied. HOTU keeps them in it. And then the rest of Astralis seal the deal on Dust2.
Unbelievable map win to do it with Tech 9s on the empty B site. Astralis steal VP's map away, and they do it in style.
Coming into this series, you would have bet your bottom dollar that the one place VP could have found some success was on their tried and tested Dust2. But then HOTU happened, and all of a sudden, Astralis sit a map up in this series, ready to head to their pick now. It's Inferno. They're eyeing up a spot in the playoffs here, with HOTU having joined the fray. His debut looking to make a deep run with the Astralis organization. And they're just one map away from achieving that goal.
Yeah, so be straight to playoffs, right? Going 3-1 with only a loss to Spirit. Sure, the couple of Brazilian teams Astralis faced weren't much for these guys, but this is a VP who took them to overtime, and HOTU performed the entire way along. Device as well, a great map, despite a slow start. And questions are asked again of Electronic in this leader position for VP, unable to output as an individual and unable to lead VP to victory. Now we go to the one map Astralis have been having success on at this event. Wins over Pain and ODDIK, both of them clean. A T side straight into B.
Device waiting for this flank and in a great position to deal with it. VP. Flamus has made it a bit more interesting with that double on the flank, but Flit will get iced out and no one is to peek to Flamus here. A deflating start to Inferno as they get mauled on that fast banana flank. Flamus is to save Astralis. Start things off strong on Inferno with a pistol in their back pocket. That's every pistol in this series going the way of Astralis. Now, they haven't been able to convert on them. That is where they have fallen down every single time. Let's see if that changes now, though. On with the wind in their sails. Maybe this is their first conversion.
We'd certainly hope so, especially with the, as you say, momentum essentially of that previous map. A victory in a very tight game. Not easy to edge VP out in double overtime. Yet they manage it. Nice double up for Device. VP, of course, forcing up, knowing what's possible here. Not many smokes, though. So you won't be buying time in this round. Gonna have to fight Astralis head on. Ignore me, sorry. There's 4 smokes dropped in a little pile outside of the B site. Thank you, Jay. So VP will just block this B site for eternity. Astralis already seeing what they're up against, go back towards the A side of the map. Five, 7 up close. I don't need to tell you.
Oh. Smoke in there. And they try to play through it. Stair goes for the swing.
Here we go.
An aggro move arms Flamus with this Galil. And Astralis have a change of heart. They can't come through the apartment, so they try now to get out through short. HOTU hoping to catch players rotating in. Down, struggling, and it might be more of these fall downs versus 4 spies for Astralis. They've won every pistol round in the series so far, and they have converted none of them.
They've lost to the second round every single time. VP 3 out of 3 on the most important round in the game, which is that second. And that's a disaster class for Astralis, no other way to put it. Going through this app smoke. What were they hoping for? No moto smoke on an A hit? Desperation for Astralis. It comes in so late.
You imagine that's because the plan had to change, right? Yeah. They were going contact apartments, so didn't want to give anything away by telegraphing the hit. It's when that smoke comes in and they lose Stair, they lose that purchase on the apps pop.
Just surprising.
They have to bring it in on the fly.
Just a surprising call to go apps on the anti-eco, on the anti-force buy. You know what VP are going to have. It's going to be 5-7s. Quick flash to pop flip through the smoke, and it's a slaughter onto Astralis. Not looking like they're going to flip the script on their own force buy. 2-on-4, burning out. And we are back in for VP, control of this game early, as is often the case.
I mean, okay, I think it's going to be like easy to go kind of doomer on VP here after losing Dust2, right? Just because of that was supposed to be their safe map in this series.
Yes.
But Astralis won that in spite of like HOTU having one of his best games ever, Device up there alongside him, multiple HOTU multi-kill rounds. He's going to have to keep that going again because, you know, the rest of the gang was still fairly quiet for Astralis. Meanwhile, for VP, Flit had a really, really good game. He was looking at lights out. you know, guys like Icy started to find his impact and come alive. Right now for Astralis, it kind of feels like HOTU has to repeat that performance from Dust2. Or you need to get the rest of the gang switched online. Yabby did have a fair few contributions down the stretch. But still waiting for a bit more mileage out of Stown in this series. Johnson all the way back in a spawn was Step. I believe that's what the kids call cringe these days.
I think that's right.
But it's all good. That was the eco round. A lot of money already for Virtus.pro, and they're going to play bonus here as well to try and sweeten the deal. 2 Galils, 3 MP9s. It's a money-making game right now for VP. This is where they're trying to stack that cash high and set themselves up for the rest of the half. If Astralis do fall down here, that is worst-case scenario in this map opening. VP would all be approaching like 10K per player.
Yeah.
So entrenched already on the CT side, and you're only up against this weakened buy of mostly SMGs. So it's very important for Astralis that they find this rifle round.
These can still be really hard rounds to break through, right? VP playing a quad A with 3 MP9s. It's not a guarantee by any means. Got a bait and switch on balcony as well. So there are ways this can go very wrong. Yabby in apartments. Gets his first, but there's still a trade. Electronic won't upgrade. It's a nice 1-2 punch there for VP. Astralis will end A, but they want Stown to cause a ruckus first. Smoking off CT, and Flit's not going to buy it. They keep the stack on A. Now they know. That's weird. Just walks in.
They do. Well, now they know he's here as well. Icy still able to hold on with one.
Could have. 10 seconds.
And now they got to try and make the play. Creeping through. Did he spot Graveyard? Thought he did, but Stown goes undetected, flies under the radar, and Astralis will take down the VP bonus round.
Nice trades out of Stown there. Needed that one. That MP9 absolutely could have won the round by just killing Stown in that position there. It would have been 2v1 with a rotate in time. Stown crouches under. Electronic think he can get a cheeky position, not aware the device is also here. And nice to know that nade doesn't work, I see. Thank you for your service. Another Kazakh AWPer looking to make it to the playoffs here in Astana. MongolZ made it earlier. Icy's going to have to really come back in this series if VP are to do the same. Astralis break that bonus round, but that only allows a full buy here now for VP. AWP on Icy. Triple B setup. And Astralis are going to seemingly go into it. They've taken mid-control right now. And the bomb will leave, so avoiding this triple B, and VP get curious.
It's Fame teeing them up with flashes to retake top banana, but there's some punishing util from Astralis. Kind of a horrible peek of a stare. Gift over the man advantage. Flit is also playing through this. I mean, you know, he's seen what a smoke push can do. He said, Lord, I've seen what you've done for others, but he won't get it for himself.
Device shows him some reason.
But it was triple B. Running. So still 2 to get through, including that Icy AWP. Fame makes quick work of the stragglers. And this one looks to peter out. Yabi left saving. Even though they lose Flit on a risky play, its play feels free to make because they were still running that triple B. Him dying, if anything, kind of entices Astralis to commit to that.
It's true. And Icy picks a nice position with the AWP, considering he's very low as well. You don't really see dark mollies nowadays. There are lineups, but more commonly, the molly that spreads to both boost and oranges. And of course, the new box molly is a classic. Been seeing a lot of teams just get kills with just util over the wall as of late.
See, like, it's this 1-5 start for HOTU. This was my kind of initial concern, was expecting him to do that twice over. Even though he's been having a good tournament and put up decent numbers, last game was phenomenal.
It was an anomaly.
He hit very, very hard, but it is asking a lot for him to do that 2 times over. And so that's where the rest of Astralis are going to have to fill the void.
And Stown dropped from 4th rated player of the event to 8th rated player after that map, even though they won it. So he really had a tough time as an individual, only just outfragged Electronic on the other side. So, like, this is a game where you do need Stown, you do need Yabi to show up. Because Stair's been iffy today, and I agree, you can't expect HOTU to do that again, especially on a map like Inferno. He got a lot of that done just on CT side Dust2 in good positions. Making nice plays, pushing the long flank, holding that position well. Here on Keyside Inferno, there's going to be a lot more required across the board. Everyone needs to perform. You've got to get your trades off. So here, Astralis left to pistols. Yabi has his save Galil. That's it. He's going to try and make it work on that B-bomb side. Just a dry swing for fame finds him in front of the smoke. And now Astralis just looking to charge into B. Hope for the best.
They know to peek HOTU with a flash. And that's a flawless round put forth from VP. What's really concerning here is just the lack of damage at any point that Astralis have been able to do. The round count is swelling out of control already. Stairs kind of keeping up his... He just looks a bit out of it, and he kind of has since the start of the series. Might just be having a rough day in the office for Stair. And I think, honestly, like, the biggest letdown for Astralis at times felt like some of their extremity players on Dust2. The pack rolling did them well whenever they were able to get grouped.
Yeah, B and B tunnels.
Exactly right, would be a fairly consistent source of picks for the Icy Orb. And, you know, as it's kind of to build on what you were saying in that last round, right? Like, Inferno, you need everyone to deliver. Your extremity players are so valuable. You need them to be offering up results.
And in pretty unforgiving positions as well, right? Like taking Banana as solo, even with a teammate, can be really, really hard.
Even if you're like Yabi in the apartments, largely left to your own devices, if you fall, your team lose that entire side of the map. So will be harder for Astralis here. Pyjamas brings the heat. There's aggression all across the board.
Oh, I love
and
it.
Astralis, the rifle round they were waiting for is over in the blink of an eye, entirely on VP's say-so.
Oh, and Yabi's dead. There's no way he's checking this. I love that VP have the balls to go for a play like that. 5-2 up, and they just charge 2 players down. Pyjamas down mid, a rifle down Banana, Icy covering, and some good flashes that render Astralis useless.
It's the freedom that comes with playing from the front, having this much money, knowing you're in such safe shape for the remainder of this game. And it's also, you know, the risk-reward of what this does to your opponent. Their playbook already feels tiny, right? Like, nothing's really working here. You're expecting some slow rounds out of Astralis as they try to figure out something in the mid-round. And you throw it all to disarray. Whatever they had planned for this rifle round, they didn't get to do. And now it's another round of waiting, essentially, for Astralis as they come through with just pistols and armor. These rounds can sometimes feel liberating because you don't have as much to lose. It's not a rifle round where you want to go slow. You might just do something grouped here. terribly uncommon to see this. Like, for a team who looks a bit dead in the water, this might be one of the better looking rounds yet, but let's see. Flit lies in wait, and he is not slowed down.
No.
From his strong performance off the top of this series.
Yeah, easy to forget just how much impact he had at the start of Dust2. He kept it going, but outshone by HOTU and Device. But he was pretty unstoppable that entire map. Got VP off to the strong start. Flash through the smoke. Fame pushed into the site. He has no vision right now, and they start pathing in, but this spacing is abhorrent. There is no one here. Fame has found his 2, make it 3, and there's a long lurker to get a kill for consolation, but VP will take that every day of the week. 7-2. Absolutely dominating Astralis on the Danes map pick.
Yeah. And, you know, this is what Dust could have looked like if HOTU didn't drop 30 kills.
Yeah. 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 I mean, it's not a map that VP don't play, right? Like, I think that was also the surprising part. You know, Astralis have not had a good time. They lost 7 out of their last 8 Dusts coming into today. Inferno, VP play. They beat Falcons at Rivals on this map. They beat Mouse last PGL in Bucharest. They're no strangers to Inferno. And Flit's very comfortable in Banana.
While they're no strangers to it, Astralis are looking like they are.
Yeah.
A lot of these pushes have felt super desperate and disjointed. The fact that Device
Barely
nearly
got that.
died there is
Barely.
so worrying. What's our third map? I'm just asking.
Just for no reason.
Yeah. I just
Ancient.
want to know. Ancient?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Remember that.
It's on the top left of the screen. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it disappeared.
There you go. There's my
Right.
defense.
Yeah.
Besides, it was more just for the bit anyway.
No, it's a
like-
good bit. It's a good bit. Yeah, I mean, but Astralis, hey, they were down, what, 8-4? And they lost both 4 spies. But,
Oh, so they just have to do it again.
yeah, just suddenly wake up. VP just walking this one over the line. It's just a slow, sad crawl for Astralis. This is what we're more used to, I'd say, for this team. I'm still hanging on to some hope that they can make this interesting, but right now VP are playing like they want playoffs. Icy having a great performance, 10-3.
Dude, the thing that just feels like there's so many problems right now, from like weird
you
timings, unsupported pushes. They're getting outmaneuvered by a very confident Virtus.pro. There's a lot of fires that guys like HOTU are trying to put out. So how does he recover?
I would like to see a fast round right now. I'd like to see some set play, right? You run up mid like you do a Falcons-esque, molly mid, smoke mid, pop long, go quick with Tech 9s, because these slow petering out rounds are just sad, really. And VP's individuals are showing up. That's good info for Flit. Oh, that molly does force a decision. He could have smoked it. He chooses to stay. And that's all for the benefit of VP, because no one is in Banana.
Even in these 5-man hits, they've often kind of got a bit strung out for Astralis. This time, though, it's a lot more grouped over on long. That's a good trade. And a missed shot from Icy looks to give them a way in. Can Flamus close this window of opportunity for Astralis? Yes, it's looking like he can. Flamus from down in the pit, aware he's getting wrapped through upper. Flamus, a lot on his plate, will get overran. Stound's gone aggressive, but they know they have him trapped in the library. They're aware of this.
Woo.
Deleted, Flit found, but Fame plays around this bomb. Fame plays forward, goes looking for the Device AWP, and will get snuffed out. Spacing far better there for Astralis as they once more try to scrape by on a 4-round half.
Here's what I'll say, winnable. Like, there we go. Yeah, look for 4. Astralis go for a quicker Tech 9 approach. They trade out really nicely on every A player. No one overcommits. No one gets caught on their own. Stound gets a little trapped, but Device bails him out. And Stound hits a banger on the Tech 9 too. It's the Icy missed orb shot that would have made this round a 5v3 that would have been VP, certainly.
And, you know, much like HOTU was doing on Dust2, where he was calling a lot of these just grouped, packed plays, I hope that that's the solution here for Astralis. I hope they run it back again and don't lean into one of these slower rounds. They've tried to take away this banana control early.
Oh, Flit's going again.
Nabi trying to make his play out through mid, has Stare with him, and they do find this timing.
Crucial trade, and Electronic rotating back his court. They were double app setup. No one had mid info. The timing is hit. Flamus tries to play behind, but he knows they're going B. He goes for the big flank. He goes for the bomb. Uh-oh.
Sharp missed opportunity, but Device hangs around. Stown just got found with the nade. Device is to go. Device is to get away from Banana. Can't risk losing the bomb here, but he hangs around. And now it's only Stare. Been having a very rough go at it across the entire series. And a 1v3 with the AWP holding his line on this swing out from the coffins. Astralis thought they were onto a winner there. They had the full wrap over this B site, but bomb lost at Banana. And a valiant hold from the last remaining B player keeps VP with a 9-3 scoreline. They're out for blood here on Astralis' map pick.
Really impressive reset for VP to lose a game like that, but it wouldn't be VP if they went down without a fight, I guess you could say. Looking to long this series out to a third map. Flit had a great game on Dust2. It slipped through his fingers. He was able to have more impact in this one somehow. Able to win more rounds by just shutting out those B plays round after round. And I see, okay, yeah, he has that one whiff to let the Tech-9 play in, but otherwise he was commendable on the AWP, locking down B just as much. So we're getting a far better look at things for Virtus.pro. And unfortunately, if we follow in the track record of this matchup, Astralis is going to win the pistol and then lose the force. Thrice it's happened. How about the quad?
Even that, like, being an issue, you know, that would have been one way to recover this scoreline. Convert the pistol for the first time in this series. You've had 3 chances. If they did, you know, this would be a far more respectable, like, even if the streak had remained for VP, they'd put all those rounds together in succession in the middle of the half, you'd still be sitting pretty 7-5, maybe even 6-all. That was just the beginning of the problems for Astralis, though. It never got better in those rifle rounds, and with VP having so much cash all half long, they had ultimate freedom as to how they played that CT side. Astralis at their full mercy, and if this was not evident from the scoreline, but VP aren't exactly being merciful right now.
No, playing really aggressive and oppressive CT half.
This is also awkward, right? Like, for Astralis, you know you have to win this pistol if you want any hope. And you've at least won every pistol so far, so there's things to look forward to, but...
One step at a time, I guess.
It's Inferno, where even just a stack in the wrong place can just decide the outcome of this round.
Smoke at B.
Not like you feel like you have a great read over VP in this game so far either.
Yeah, you just have to hope your individuals bail you out right now. And Stown with a re-clear of mid will be really well timed here to give Astralis some confidence in this B hold. They've just checked it at 45. At this point, you can be pretty sure VP are going B. HOTU can re-flash. The lurker is dead. Astralis know it's up.
And they know they have their stack in the right place. HOTU tries his hand at the timing shot. Device lies in wait, but deleted. Oh, God. HOTU tries to...
Oh, everybody.
Well, good news. They can't lose the anti-eco if they don't win the pistol.
That's true. And what is that third map again?
Ancient.
Ah, yes. The death POVs are remarkable. Oh, later.
I mean, okay, everyone did kind of get deleted, but also another round with just a couple of oddities, you know, like players rooted in place, not really playing off of each other, and that's felt like the losing recipe to a lot of these rounds for Astralis. They haven't had good trades in this map. They haven't been playing off of each other. That was a triple B setup, and you got handed a series of 1v1s if you're Virtus.pro. And considering this is meant to be Astralis on a high coming into to this map. You know, like this is meant to be them feeling good.
If this was map
I
one,
don't know where the synergy's gone.
It's Inferno, man. It gives and it takes. More so takes. Blown out of this game. Woo! And Icy, what a resurgence as well. Don't think he got an AWP kill in the first half of Dust2. Took till the second to actually find any impact. Now he's 12-4. Looking to make his mark here in Astana. Hometown hero.
Ready to get wrecked by Richard as well when we give it back to them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. I think so, bro. I think you're
You're
living on borrowed
teeing him
time,
up.
brother.
Teeing him up. I don't know. It's a BO3. I regret nothing.
Well, VP are out in top mid. Even now, though, they don't commit. Making noise. They always leave a player on the extremities. It's flit over towards that B site just to leave a backdoor option open. And it looks like they might try and use it on a split here through the spawn. Resmoke at top banana with only 30 seconds left, but there's nades on Virtus.pro to break that open. They're just waiting for these CT players to close the distance. Oh. That's a nice shot for Stown, but he's going to need a bunch more of them. Kazahstan here. Stown's Deagle continues. HOTU joins the fray. It's just Flip, but he's got the ball rolling with 2.
1v5.
HOTU out on the spawn side. Doesn't play to delay. They give Flip a very claustrophobic feeling here, making noise in the temple and at banana. Flit doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, he was stun locked in that 1v5. Got the first couple, but bomb gun, didn't know where to go. And it's Astralis who find a force buy off the back of Stown's Deagle as well. 2 very well placed shots. Hypnotic even. So Astralis flipped the script, Harry. They learned how to do it the other way. Lose pistol, win force, way better strategy. VP broke. Just a Galil for Flip.
This also means now no one in this series has converted their pistols. VP joining their ranks. Those force buy rounds have been threatening. Getting that smoke out of stair with a minute left feels nice for VP. They know that there's no more block remaining for the apartments, that this util started to run out in the A site, and so that's going to trigger them to hit this go button. They play through the top mid smoke, right into the Stown HOTU crossfire, making it out of the apartments. Oh, Stair, man.
He's just not feeling it.
No, he's having a rough.
You could tell from POVs in just a couple of rounds of Dust2, and it's kind of gotten worse.
He's running into walls.
Yeah. Jumping down corners.
It won't cost them the round. It's just there will come a round where Stair, you know, is in the position to make all the difference.
I mean,
and it's like, you know, you can be having a rough day. You can just be not feeling it. That's fine. But you have to answer the call in those moments where you're dependent on.
He's the pit player. Like, he has to be the reliable guy for this Astralis CT side if they were ever going to come back in this monstrous game. Yeah, there's no way you can get through by having no impact. It's one of the most important positions. There's still time, Harry.
Oh, my God. You had that lined up for a long time. One shot of spam and Flip pulls the trigger. HOTU's been deleted through the smoke.
Oh, careful.
Oh, Yabby with nades pulled.
Oh,
Put some
I
distance.
don't like this.
Get away. VP respect the block. They're content with a 5-on-4.
That's how you know you're scared. You molly and then you insta-smoke it. And it's fine, because VP, yes, they get a gun, but they have Glocks, they have no armor. This down SMG should turn them into chunks.
Astralis are meant to struggle versus forces, but this was one Deagle in this round. So you hope that even as Flit got that opening, it should get laid to rest cleanly here by the Astralis squad. Only that retrieved Galil put in the hands of Fame, and some space taken over in mid. Stown getting aggressive, and he might miss this timing. They've crossed out long side. This is where Stair is holding. And so at least aware of the gap that they've left open. Stown gets told to come back and lend a helping hand.
Stair's seen everything. Oh, that's great.
And, you know, he's popping his chest out. He's looking threatening, and that's good at least to let Stown and Device farm up those remaining kills.
I feel like even Stair not shooting there gives VP like this false confidence. Like they've hit some great timing. Astralis don't know. Electronic Plant's a bit too open. So nice multi-kill for Stown. Stop that ego from really getting anything done. Sure, they kill HOTU. But 10-6, 3 rounds in a row. Never say never.
They can't come back again, surely, man.
They shouldn't.
And like,
But they
Astralis looks so dead in the water in that first half. It's an even worse half scoreline than what they were able to get on Dust2. But they are making something happen here. 3 rounds in a row, all of them kept fairly clean, starting to build up some money. This is the VP Gum round to decide how excited we get for another Astralis comeback. This is one where it's dangerous to buy in early. You don't know what's happening. So we'll hold off. Reserve judgment. VP. Trying to get back to their winning ways.
3B, how long do they dedicate here? They took bottom banana and they look to keep it. Flet has a Molotov. Oh, he's lining up one that will burn potentially both sides, but wide and banana man, there's always a little gap. HOTU lived on the corner there. Device flash goes for the Ruby. Reliant Device on this A site. He hits his.
I mean, we were talking about, you know, Stair having one of those moments where he will get tested and have to stand and deliver. This was feeling like it could have been that round, but instead, VP want to go back and clear banana. Triple setup here. HOTU swings first, and there's the support. This is the synergy. They're playing off of each other that we didn't get to see from Astralis in the first half.
Wow.
HOTU sets the standard. The rest follow in his example.
You never see someone sit bottom banana when they're out of smokes. They cycle smokes in case the T's pop through and you have a good advantage, but then when they fade, you always leave. Instead, Astralis have 2 players, left-right setup, and Stown's jump spotting. So he just re-swings off the contact. They're believing.
And dude, the HOTU hype, you know this guy gets loud. You know he likes to celebrate. On trend with the last captain of the Astralis squad.
Yeah, a little bit more to celebrate in this team right now. Playoffs on the line here. Astralis trying to pull this game all the way back.
After a 9-3 first half, and VP won their first pistol of the series to open up this T side. It was 10-3 in VP's favor.
Pistols are cursed, man. Don't want them anyway. 10-3. Can Astralis find those 10 rounds they need? Device didn't fire, but Yabi will. 2 for him. Device
don't
didn't
give this
get
away.
out. There's cover for the rifle, has to swing. HOTU puts a bit of pressure on. They're going through that smoke. HOTU can still hold this down, but he is all that stands on this B-bomb site. Good spray for HOTU. Keeps this round alive. Flammers takes his chance to plant, but winning this round is a far cry.
Far away from his nearly 30 bomb back on Dust2, but when it matters, HOTU still good for the numbers.
Careful here.
Flamus on the push, though.
Nades
Gonna
out, nades
try
out, nades out.
and win this in the 1v3. HOTU makes his play now out of the coffins, and that's when Flamus pulls up with the Tech 9. Stown left. Can he succeed where the rest of Astralis tried and failed? Yes, he can. Stown stops Flamus in the clutch, and he lets him know about it. This comeback still coming through for the Danes.
Would have been ready to write Stown off after his team get obliterated by Flammers. Great smoke push, and Stown just jumps over with the hard check and wins the round. A must-win round just to keep Astralis believing at this point in the game. A sigh of relief for Astralis. Stare can't catch a break. He comes out CT with nades in hands. But Astralis still keep fighting. 5 rounds in a row. VP are just running at this B site right now. And Device welcomes them in. Another 5v4 given by the sniper of Astralis. If Astralis win this game, they have Device to thank. Oh, see ya.
And now Astralis are the ones starting to find these timings, right? Starting to shut down other. I mean, Device has done this a few times now.
That's a bad smoke. That's a
they're
really
coming
bad.
straight through it, bro. They're coming through. Wait, why?
Flit has nades out.
What are you nading?
The CT smoke missed. It was high up. He thought he was running into a CT smoke. Look at it on the roof. They missed the nade. They kill Flit. That's VP's mistake. How do you get a smoke up there? What are you aiming at?
Fame, he knows he can't do this 1v4, and he can feel the gap closing, continuing to close, the noose tightening around Virtus.pro as another round racks up for Astralis. That's now 6 in a row on this CT side.
Stown's still shooting bodies as well. I can see it on my other screen. And yeah, okay, Flit looks silly, but he's walking through full gray screen into what he thinks is a smoked CT.
That's brutal.
I mean, why are VP just rushing B as well? They're really throwing away these gun rounds quickly. This is not the VP you know and hate. This is VP playing some very fast rounds, and Device is just picking them every time.
There's some hallmark signs of frustration, right? The fast rounds, the need to just try and get that round that wins you the game. Now missed util playing into it. Trust shaken for Flit, who's having a phenomenal series, top performer of Dust2, in spite of HOTU's heroic efforts and Device looking good. It was Flit topping the charts. That's continued here on this second map, and it might all be in vain.
He's top of the server.
His death in the B hit, topping the server twice over in what could be 2 horrific comeback losses.
And all the while the pit player is 4 in 15. Are you going to try kill him, VP? Are you going to try kill Stare, the guy who has killed nobody 2 maps in a row? They haven't even attempted to lurk apartments in this T side. They haven't even looked at Stare. He is botting out. He is a free kill right now. But you want to rush Device in B? Be my guest.
Yeah, they do just keep headbutting this B site over and over and over again.
Don't worry, this time will work. It's okay. This time will be fine.
At least that orb isn't here. I think they're getting ready for like retake util to have come in there, but it doesn't.
I mean, jokes aside, VP should win this round because they're playing double quad. HOTU can smoke the molly, but I don't know how Astralis can win this with a proper execute from VP. Here we go. Will this be round number 11?
Oh, that molly's a problem. There's the extinguish. HOTU, oh no, Yabi, the full mag, he's choking out, and Flint's gonna strangle him. Dead man back at the site, and finally VP break through the B hold. No one beats VP on B 7 times in a row.
Oh, that was disgusting. Does Yabi have ping? Are we sure he's on LAN? This is just a clown fiesta of a map. Oh my god, what are you doing? Stare, 4 and 15, and he quick switches and they peek him. You've got to be taking the piss, man. This is just... Like, I admit, he's not had fun this map. He's been sat in pit all half, but like... That's the quick switch? That's the moment you go for it. Of course it is. Well, VP have found the answer.
In a way they have.
Yeah.
They finally break the 6-round streak.
Whew. Oh, God.
I'm lightheaded after that. That was good. You got me. You take this round. Go.
All right. VP. No one in banana. Astralis 4 mid. Staring apartments. Device on the porch with the orb. Stairs boosted, in fact.
He's staring at the apartments. You're right, though.
It's true. Back to B. And HOTU has some util.
I mean, this is a hard one to figure out where VP were going, right? You got the quad A stack. You're thinking they're going to change their mind eventually. But as far as VP are concerned, there is one site in this game. And they'll go there again. A B plant for Virtus.pro. 2 in a row now to find map point.
Look, say what you want, but Astralis games are always entertaining. I feel like every PGL event, you know, we get a banger Astralis match. VP forced the save, 4 alive, and Stan would love an exit kill just to keep VP a little bit honest when it comes to economy. But they're all coming his way. Maybe Stan could do something big here, take some kills out. Maybe not. VP find map point on Astralis' pick, and Ancient is our decider. Masterclass of in-game leading from Electronic.
The wild part is, though, through this, now he has created a big problem for Astralis, and a huge one with this hunt. Money is in a weird place. I mean, they can still buy, actually. It's fine. Ignore the money. But here's the big issue. VP have done nothing but go B throughout this entire T side. And they did it, and at first it wasn't working. It felt really silly, but now it has worked twice in a row. Astralis just called their bluff that they weren't going to do it again for the map point round, right? They played 4A, just HOTU B. What now? What now?
It's actually
do you
really,
think they're going to go B again and commit to nothing but B hits the entire second half? Or is this where they change their mind? It's one hell of a mind game that Electronic has played with HOTU here.
Device doesn't get the orb. Oh my god, Yabi down banana, and they will go B after that. They will certainly go B. Back to a third map. Icy taps down through a smoke. Get them the hell out of here. Virtus.pro, through thick and thin, they enter this B-bomb site. And they leave with the map. Stare.
Oh, he's going to die in the saddest way possible.
One of the saddest games of his career.
Pyjamas is making noise at least.
He's dead. Don't even pretend he's going to get this kill. Okay. Oh,
yo, wait, maybe they win this. 2v5.
It's not happening. Turn off your screens. Virtus.pro, find 13. That's...
Ancient is our decider. The comeback for Astralis denied. As VP walk this one over the finish line. Nothing but B hits as Virtus.pro long this out and take us the distance.
That's the problem, Hugo. When you invoke that dickhead magic, it's always today in the future. And so we're all tied up in this series. And I've got to say...
Counter-strike point if you want it.
Yeah, please.
Up to you. I hope Stare is able to go in the back and do like 20 push-ups and fully reset in this map, because VP are a team who love to abuse A executes, spamming A executes on this map. And we just saw VP's tendency to only hit one bomb site. Don't expect that in this game. But if Stare's still having a roughie and VP are going for these A hits, Astralis could be in trouble, man.
They certainly could. It's a very touchy subject, the recovery of Stare.
4-1.
Because he's been gone throughout this series, has just looked a bit out of it. So yeah, gonna have to dig deep. Don't know if he can. We'll have to wait and see. Device, the man to open with these dual Berettas, tries to get involved ramp side, will get hounded down. It's Flamus on the entries, Fame in alongside him. Stare concealed in the cave. Stare has to be his moment. Stare quiet all series long. Starts off Ancient with a bang. 3 kills from the Stare dual Berettas. Seal the deal on that pistol for Astralis.
Unarguably his most impactful round of 3 maps of play, and it comes in at the most important time. Now, you do remember that no one has converted a pistol in this series. Every single one won by the forcing team. So let's see if that keeps up, but Astralis at least get their quiet player activated with a big pistol 3K.
Nice! HOTU! Straight to there, man! Nice, people. Say sweet, people.
2 Galils, 2 Tech 9s, and a Mac 10. Give VP a shot. Vodka, preferably.
No one's converted a pistol yet in this game. Astralis have won 3 pistols, well now 4. VP of 1-1. Neither side able to stick the landing on this second round. It's not started off great. HOTU taking some extra damage in trade for this control over the lane. VP aren't looking for a rip-roaring round, though. They've decided to play this one slow from the get-go. Icy waiting with the util to send out the gang into mid. They go early, and they bait the util out from these mid players now. Lane control wrestled back for the rest of VP, and that bomb starts to head A-ward bound. They won't look into mid, instead leaving that up to the players in heaven. 30 seconds left in this one. And the only option now with the death of Flamus and Electronic on the lane is to end A, and Astralis know this too. They're bringing everyone round.
Don't doubt this. All 5 players in position, a flank on Stown to shut the back door, and they get out into the site. Some missed shots for Yabby, sure, but Flit's stuck up on the boost. Oh god, don't lose this. 10 seconds. Unlosable, right? Literally, he didn't get the bomb. So now it is unlosable. He will fake it out. HOTU dies, but unlosable.
Arguably, it would have been more impressive to lose that round for Astralis than to win it. And even then, they come real close.
They were on the edge.
Down to the 1v1 at the end. Time, the ultimate factor there for VP. And that's in a 3-on-5, walking into the full stacked A site. That's also the first second round won by the team that picked up the pistol. And look at this, VP have forced up again, taking a big risk early on. With that last one coming down to a 1v1, and the gun saved forward, their success in these 4 spies, they decide, screw it. Let's swing for the fences and try this once more. Very similar start to last round. Damage done on a HOTU, but this time an opener for Virtus.pro.
That's what they wanted. Close mid spam. Electronic picking up the gun is given a second chance, and he will call for Fame to go through this smoke at the right timing. Yabby gets out. Device for the cover. Electronic swings for the fences. He hits the wall. Now they have to go B. There's no one in the bomb site. Double cave. HOTU really low. He's just got to play to contain this position as VP take a lot of space.
That Molly pulling. Oh my god, everyone's hurting so bad. The only guy with health is Yabby. HOTU at 1 HP does what he can. Another kill back from Yabby on the long side. It's that swing that decides the outcome of this round.
Save. And they do it. The back-to-back forces worth their weight in gold for VP. Contacting into B there at the right time.
It's not a play without risk, right? But it's a risk they feel like they can take, and I can't say I blame them with how successful these forces have been. A chance now to capitalize on all that damage you did in the second round as you break Astralis' money very, very early.
Terrorists win.
Game on.
Пацаны, помните, хотели антифорсы? Дроп.
So in a way, did Astralis really convert the pistol?
No, you know, yeah, well, halfway.
Sort of not really.
As close as anyone's come to doing it.
Yeah, true. It's about as good as it's going to get. They got 2 rounds before VP won their force. It's the first time a team won first and second round.
Yeah.
Door smoke, VP will respect it. They're in no hurry. Playoffs can wait. Astralis take this space very clearly. There is a re-smoke available. Creepy crawly.
Here's that hero M4. Bit of prodding over in mid, but leaving this to the wire again for Virtus.pro, faking the donut take. And you see that Fame is actually slinking back to try climb up through heaven and link up for this B hit. Device dead, that's only gonna bring Astralis around in spades into this A site, and I think now they're starting to realize this doesn't feel right, this is a fake. Stair making his way over. 20 seconds, Virtus.pro.
Oh,
They're going A? Wow. Oh my god, they're going right into Stown, who has that hero gun. 10 seconds. They've got to get past him straight away. I don't even know if they have time for this. Stown, they'll line up for him. And no plant means no round. The Force by Wars continue.
Unbelievable. VP had it, man. They could have gone straight up into that B site. You know what it is? It's that late re-smoke at the top of ramp. That blocked them completely. HOTU gets it down at 30 seconds. And so VP decide, we're not going to commit with our original plan. We're not going to go B. We're going to pull back and do a late donut split. Would have worked if they weren't knife out, if they found Stown for free. But he buys just enough time. Positionally, VP were going to win. It's the one little smoke that changes everything.
Very nice. Come on, boys.
Very nice indeed. 3-1 for Astralis. Trading rounds back and forth.
This is like anti-Counter-Strike. It's not following any of the usual ebbs and flows. It's truly a wild ride. So the less money you have, the more favored you are.
Yes.
In this game. Stare already with some good impact in this game. Won the pistol
Yes.
for Astralis.
Won that round. With
Killing the
Stout.
last, yeah, him and Stown combining. Stown also having like a rough start, but trying to recover. And honestly, if that's the Stown you get, that's fine. You can take a slow start with a recovery at the end. Usually it's the other way around for this guy.
This has always been one of Stown's better maps as well, which is a good sign for Astralis. They need him right now. Stare and Device making another B push, and the issue is VP are decisively committing. I think Stown's in trouble. He's got no support. Coming through this smoke is Yabby, but gone immediately, and Stown plays behind the box. They spot him. He gets his one free kill. The rest are going to cost you. Flamus with the trade. HOTU jumping through the smoke, still takes one, but this should be done, right? Right? Electronic? No, he falls! Flying Device. 2v2 now, anything's possible.
Okay, Stare's the guy with the big gun. He's retrieved that AK from the spawn side. And he's the one guy they don't have info on either. He's creeping up. Device is moving around to join him. Kit dropped in the sight. Also Smoke and Molly on Stare. And so him getting away with that first kill is a big deal. Icy's been backstabbed. And Astralis able to quell this force buy. They've done it twice over now on this CT side. Another nice pickup for Stare, whose contributions are noted just as his absences were on the previous map.
100%. Got to be said, he has stepped up more in this game than in the last 40 rounds of play.
Well, maybe with no surprise here, VP did get a bomb plant. 2 players surviving for Astralis. It's not that I think they're going to buy, it's that they are buying.
Oh, I can't believe Flamus turns there. Such a late retake for Astralis. He just looks at Donut.
We're not done yet, folks. There's another force buy for Astralis to fend off.
And no one's ecoing in this game. It's buy to the limit. Stare on B. We're just going to have a proper B hit here for VP. Some smokes going in inside of the cave, but there are 3 CTs in position. And they're blocked. VP go anyway.
It's a lot of damage from Stare, softening them up. Yabby is fed to the wolves, but Stare here trying to put them down, not able to do so. 3 on 3. VP have broken through this B-side defense.
Device orb.
Awkward for Stown. The Device AWP's got to do some heavy lifting here as HOOXie's trapped back in the cave side. Only just starting to move up now. Device couldn't get his hands on the AK, and he'll get tapped out by Icy, now armed with his weapon of choice. HOOXie is the man they have to stop, and Icy will. VP with another force. Break through again.
That's why you don't
No
stop.
one's ecoed yet.
And the Astralis are not going to. Don't worry, look at that money. You got 1,500 on Device. May as well buy down, right? Nice B hit, though, for VP. Considering Astralis trade out 2v2 and their triple B, VP do a very good job of actually making that fairly clean. Taking short in the post plant, hitting a couple of bangers from Icy. It's down Hero M4, 3 pistols. And that's a mid-charge for VP. What a great time to call it. They've not done that once. And they completely catch Astralis by surprise without the util to stop that. Astralis get slammed. Device 5-7, or this round's over. Oh, God.
Oh, what's
dear.
happening? They're both low. Device has forced their respect. VP gonna have to change their mind. Electronic firing some warning shots downrange. But here's Device on that 5-7
So
again. Bit
much
more damage. They're all so low. Okay, Stare. 2 of these players are tagged up. You're 1v3. You've had a nice cold series, but is this where Stare can make a name for himself? Fame Orp on the angle will get rid of him. And so VP chained together 2 in a row.
I think that's it, Harry. I think it's finally happened. We're going to see an eco round, number 8, as Astralis just don't have the money to buy.
I mean, the economy in this map has been fluctuating more than an altcoin, bro. It's all over the place. Numbers gone up, numbers gone down, then back up, then down. And finally, VP are the ones on the better side of the economy.
Millionaires to peasants. VP sent Mac 10s out mid. They know the stakes. They know Astralis have nothing. Flamus should be able to farm them up. So Astralis do push deep in the main. Dangerous. Molly would go a long way right now, Flamus. Uh-oh. Oh, he thought about it. Oh, God. Thankfully, Icy at least makes it risky, but...
That's the bomb.
Oh, bomb.
Yeah, you'll know that that's a huge issue.
Oh.
You need that to win the round.
Oh, no.
And so Astralis, with just pistols, now armed with an AWP and an AK, look to reignite the Force by Wars.
It's got to be Device. Stan has a headshot angle to main. That's a really good fight for him. Like, if they come close, that could be a problem. And they should. But Device has his back covered.
For now, at least. Departing the mid angle, but Fame still hasn't moved in yet. Device getting a bit twitchy, doesn't know which way to look. They put a smoke down on the bomb. Need to follow up, but he doesn't go peeking through it. Bomb should get retrieved here, but it's still tenuous.
NT.
And now that they've got Stown low, he can't win this. Bomb gets away.
Good save for VP. If Fame plays there, it frees up both Astralis players to fight that smoke. So he just contains. He knows his team can get the bomb with their utility. A case of when not fighting being the right idea. VP stop that near eco win. 4-4 now. Very tight game all the way along Ancient. Both these teams vying for a playoff appearance. Close. We have attack. I think that's a good decision at this point in the game. You haven't had a chance to really relax.
Well, we're 9 rounds in, and it's the first, like, full rifle-on-rifle round.
True, actually.
Both teams going all in with the Force buys to open up Ancient. Leaves us with very little first half still to play. And that's a bigger problem for Astralis than it is for Virtus.pro. Like, if Astralis lose this round, they're broke all over again. They'll be getting $2,900. And so enough to, you know, partially invest, but nothing to write home about. And suddenly that puts VP in a really powerful position. So it's so important to Astralis with how this back and forth has gone that they don't fall down here. It's a nice triple mid-take out of the gate. They want this lane info. VP have been enjoying these 3-2 splits with players lurking on the lane. Meanwhile, an A players getting run in the background. And quite often, that's to try and find a vulnerability like this, like the heavy mid-start. You hope that these guys get more space than they're hoping for, and then you know that Astralis went heavy middle. Yabi is the only guy left in the donut. But the round will slow down. VP take a breather. They're happy with the 5v4. And don't feel the need to jump the gun on this just yet. They're going to group up thanks to Fame's space and control over A main. They know they're in a very powerful position to just hit this site. We watched Yabi a few rounds ago miss 20 bullets from this position. He's going to have util coming his way. Molly's on his position. It won't be easy for Yabi, but he's got to hold the line. One won't cut it. Ooh. Device dead on that swing. And Astralis, their worst nightmare after this back and forth start, losing their first rifle round, leaves them with nothing going forward. VP are in the power position.
Legendary pathing for Fame. The fact that he jumps from boost, he sits there for a while, jumps onto the wood, and then jumps over Donut. You completely ruin your opponent's aim there. It's impossible for that Donut player to multi-kill, and he doesn't even get one. VP run over the A site. Got some good depth on this T side. There's been some ugly rounds, no denying it, but now VP with the full rifles, with the AWP to support, are starting to edge away in this game. Up to 5 now. Stan's probably dead. Gets a second chance. He'll take it. VP 5-4. Oh. he didn't molly himself, maybe that would have worked. Curious.
Down here waging mental warfare.
Sound very XD in chat.
Down
He's
right
fucking with them.
And he's also been spamming bodies all last map.
All game, yeah. I respect it. Got to get in their head some way because you're losing the game right now. Astralis on an eco and VP just contact into B, and no one's expecting this. They may be 4 strong, but they're not ready for Flammers, who is essentially in the site. Pop comes around the corner, device you won't expect. Same position, needs a different result.
One, but now his work gets real tricky. They know where he is. Only has that element of surprise on the first. I want Electronic to type XD so badly. I don't think he will.
No.
But imagine if he did.
Needs a good reason, I think. All mates.
Oh, there's the gun gone. Picked back up by Yabby, who's trying to save it. We'll get out with this M4 at least, but VP 6-4 and another chance to do to Astralis exactly what they did to kind of start streaking these rounds together, reset them once more. That's the vulnerability of the CT side, and that's why the CT side not getting going till round 8 of the game, only to have Astralis full in that first rifle round feels so punishing. Essentially, this second half for Astralis might just, this second half of the first half might just be 2 rifle rounds. There was a lot of numbers.
Yeah, that made sense.
Maybe I butchered it.
No,
You get what I'm saying.
It made sense. Don't doubt yourself.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you're doing great. No AWP. Out of choice for Astralis. Nades in middle. Ouch. Flick tried to go through, but it's 3 strong for Astralis to stop this fight. Feint burns. 1 for 1, not worth. As VP sit a man down with no control. Even Flammers departing B, and probably for the best. Device walked down. They just go for a quick A. Smokes on the fly. No one in position. No one here to stop him. VP could plant this bomb. I just don't think they expect this much room. There isn't even a player in CT. Flammers try to stop the flank. Oh, that's a keen kill for Stare. But don't count your chickens before they hatch. This round is still on. You can see the paranoia. VP really expecting something CT. They are all behind you.
Oh. Icy opens. Oh. Electronic is so blind. But Icy still going. Still rolling. Freezes up when it comes time to find Stare, and so that must-win rifle round for Astralis will come through. They've bailed themselves out here. Stare stepping up again. 3 kills from him in this round. And Astralis in with a chance of an even half. Considering the situation they got put in, this feels like a good enough recovery.
Yeah, winning the mid-fight is huge because VP, they flexed on the first anti-eco by rushing it. They've been taking it slowly ever since. Astralis manhandle middle with 3, and now they move away entirely, trying to play ahead of the game. Lots of grenades going in to simulate that there are numbers there, but it's only one guy. Yabby gets out. VP come from heaven side. Oh, dangerous for HOTU. Not even really been talking about them. 3 and 9 in the cave. Not really been tested. A lot of B contacts is really it for VP. Stan will hold his own. Deep main control. VP wanted to A split. Now they just have Donut. And they don't know.
Yeah, no one's even considering this. That feels like such an oversight for VP. Yabby able to just swing out and deal with them. 2 kills from him in the Donut. That's perfect. And HOTU even tries to put more pressure on. Decides it's not worth overextending there, giving them a route up back in a B. He spots that they've slowed down. That's info enough. And so Astralis just hold the extremities.
Whoa, that looks nice.
Long dog of the law. Icy knocks Device out of the round. And now tries to link back up with Flit over in Cave. HOTU is the only guy on B.
He needs one. Either one or live. You can't just die for nothing here. And he's going to die for nothing here. So VP, they've got a smoke for the post plant. They've got control. Flit's looking a little worried. Where are they coming from? He sees Stare. They are so uncertain right now. Back's turned. Hello? Stown didn't see the barrel. And so Icy, he gets a chance. He gets a second chance. Stown dead, Stare through the smoke, and Icy misses his shot, but it gets info, and there's no way you're ready for Flit inside of this smoke as Stare makes steps. He gives away his position. Flit fucked it up, and Icy saves the day. VP 7-5 in the half. That was a mess of a round. I don't even know who's supposed to win that, but VP will take it every damn day.
These nail-biting rounds. This is just the wildest series. First map, unexpected result of Astralis in some multiple OT banger, taking down VP on their home map. Only for VP to pull up map 2. Out for blood, wanting revenge. And now the wheels fully fallen off. This is a wild, on-the-fly type series. Not following the usual rules. VP edging out that first half. That's after their risky decision to force by 5 times over, or 6 times over rather, to open up this third map. It's gotten very scrappy, very brawly. And it's nice to see Icy thriving within that.
Yeah, he's had a couple of awkward shots, but who doesn't as Norpa? Let's be real. Can't all be Zaiwu. Hit the important ones. Won a couple of key rounds down the stretch. Had a great CT side on Inferno as well. This will be our second Kazakh player in the arena here in Astana. Can he get there? Molodoy already did. Icy wants to join him. B smoke down. Astralis go through the cave and Flip might meet them in the smoke, not learning from his lesson. This is terrifying. It's no secret where this one's ending. VP rotate players over. There's the execute. Flit has to give it up. He meandered out.
Yeah, full retake on B.
No kit either. This is a hard round to win. HOTU has a molly. Astralis have won the round. Astralis have won the round. He's got a molly for the bomb.
He's
won the round. Unless he messes up the lineup, it's literally unwinnable.
As long as the Giga Chat don't mess up his molly, this one should be safe. Let's see if it gets there. VP closing the gap. HOTU with the lineup. They get in. And Electronic with the stick. There's the molly to come in. Gonna force them off that defuse. HOTU's got his lineups. It stops it from coming through, but this could still get lost in the later stages. Luckily enough, Yappy holds on, and Icy can't go any further. No kit, no util. One molly wins the round for Astralis.
Lineup Larry saves the day here for Astralis in a smokeless, kitless B retake setup for Virtus.pro.
You know how it goes. Astralis win the pistol. VP have him right where they want him. Force spy in for Virtus.pro.
Yes, well, no rest for the wicked here.
Я бы, если честно, играл, может быть, в начале АТА и потом...
MP9s are so terrifying. 4 smokes, 4 MP9s. Astralis patient, but they will be hitting this B bomb site, and with VP's gamble, it's not going to pay off. Flammer's block is needed at this point, but Astralis aren't here to respect it. They are all in. 3 cave, ready to go.
Boost.
Oh, dear.
That was meant to be Flammer's dead, but Device just couldn't get a handle on him, and the quick realization, the quick turn from Flamus is crazy.
Rotator in.
Oh God, Astralis. They're feeling nervous here. They've lost that first man. There's a big flank as well that they don't even know about. Kills come in the site in the downtime.
Bomb.
Start to cut everyone down, and Fame just misses this timing. Bomb actually went back to fight. Thank goodness. Fame does still get dropped. Oh my God, it's fine.
Dude,
it's all good.
Flamus just wide swings and doesn't burn in the molly, VP are going to kill the bomb. They have a flank. They would have stalled Device out. Fame would have hit that timing behind them. But instead, he sits in the Molotov. He burns out. And Device can escape up the ramp before the flank is in. Flamus, sorry, trying to buy time, loses VP the round, if anything. He had to go, but reloading. And Astralis just squeak out. Don't want to jinx it again, Harry, but it seems like they have actually converted pistols in this map. Finally.
I'm holding my breath, bro. Take nothing for granted in this series.
It's a full eco, and it's over. Astralis take the lead in this playoff qualification series. Like we all expected.
Yeah, now those were the quote-unquote free rounds for Astralis, right? Sticking the landing on the conversion. They get off to that 3-0 start in the second half. Their first streak of rounds since this map started. But now comes the buy for Virtus.pro. AWP for Icy, who's been looking good. He'll be left over towards that A site. It's a pretty passive start here for VP. No attempt to take mid control. Fame in the donut, just watching for mid info, and a triple B stack out of the gate from VP.
Boost spot it. That'll only keep this setup still for Virtus.pro. Astralis almost destined to just execute on this B site. They have nothing else. Stair crawls out middle. Could add in some allure by smoking donut. I would put the fear in VP, but instead he rotates and joins his team. This is a flat B execute for Astralis. No funny business. HOTU with the grenades. Going back to line them up. Astralis into a stack. In they come.
Smoke getting blocked over in cave means that molly gets extinguished. You don't displace the site players as a result. Flamus up close will get overran, and that triple B hold, that early lean that VP had here, well, Astralis swing right into it and get out with the round scot-free, only sacrificing Stair to get it.
Good flashes for HOTU as well. All flash assists on those entries. Astralis just run up the ramp into blind VP players and lock down the round. It's a very hard hold there for VP. Not a lot of spots to play once the smokes come down.
And we have some much needed kind of composure in this series again, right? Slower rounds from Astralis, trying to take the chaos out of it a little bit. VP have just been running a crazy train throughout the last T-halves you've seen them play. But it's more calm. Very demure, how do you say it?
Demure.
Demure?
Sure.
Yeah, very demure from Astralis. I think that's the right word. Everyone's saying it. Like a 2-month-old meme. VP, timeout called in.
I think VP have been a meme for longer than 2 months, but they've still got a chance. Remember, this is a 2-1 matchup. You lose this game, one more to either get eliminated in the groups will go to the arena in Astana. Expect an excellent arena event from what I've been hearing. A lot of fans going to be here in just a couple of days. And some top teams in attendance.
Faster out in the mid. They don't like what they see. Flit even scoops in and steals that away. Oh.
Cheeky. This is nice. Just don't go through, Stan. Yeah, there we go. Oh, they saw him, but they're just going to go. They know they've got the site control. The ramp reduced. Long. Flit has no idea. He's spamming afar. Yabi gets a free kill.
Because of where the rotates are coming from, they won't be able to stop the bomb either crossing, right? That's like the one threat right now. The other is losing these B-site players. But Yabi was the one who got all these kills. They don't know where he's gotten to. He gets out with a third.
Bombs
now
out.
The onus is on Device to go and secure space at A.
It's a good read from VP. They're very fast. They beat Device's scope.
He is going to hear this, though. He hears that one player's made it to site. He doesn't know what happened to Fame, who started walking. But it looks like that will send the bomb back over to B.
They know it's 1-1, right? Yeah. HOOXI's being cautious.
Device heard 2 sets of footsteps, but only one of them is accounted for. Icy was the only guy who kept running.
Oh, Device just cleared it. He didn't see. He heard the flank. He goes back for it. Now he can tell HOOXI to go A. He's got that last player trapped. Device locks it in. 10-7. Astralis keeping it up once you give them guns with a 5-round streak on this T side. They were 7-5 down. They are now in control of this game.
A lot of timings hit here for Astralis to make this round happen, whether that's Yabi and Stown combining for that B hit, or Device just getting into the red room in time to hear what was a very proactive move from Virtus.pro.
Yeah.
Device is even a second slower there. You know, that round could have ended in disaster.
Oh my God, talk about slow. Forget that. It's fast. Stairs in Temple. He's going to walk.
Oh
they don't know this.
They don't know.
They have no idea. He ran past the smoke break.
Icy's just, he has no idea how that's happened.
Icy broke the smoke. Like, Stair was already big box. That's already an insane
just
pace.
Out of respect for this guy being here, you have to start rotating players over. You have to take this seriously, right? Stair has a big foothold over at A, and so VP right now, the defense gets a bit spread out. They'll pick up the kill on Stair. HOOXI found over in the heavens. VP very quickly get ahead of the Astralis call. This was not an easy round to navigate from the man down position, but they made it work. 4 strong here, ready to receive the B hit. And now it's just Stown and Device. One back through the smoke for Stown. But a lot further still to go. Both players that were cave side have fast wrapped into ramp, and it's the decisiveness of these moves that should... Oh, no!
Oh, God!
That's Flit, the guy who's been posting phenomenal series. Just cancelled out on that push up through the ramp. Fame was there as an insurance policy. And Device will get cut down, so the miss from Flit does not matter.
That was worrying. And say what you want about VP in this game, there's plenty to say, but their rotates on the CT side have been really good. They've been on top of things. They've not fallen too much for lurks, with the exception of that Device timing round and Stair getting out A. They're very quick to realize what's going on after they flush Stair out of that bomb site. All surrounding B, double flank, clearing HOOXI in middle. If HOOXI gets that 1 kill, Astralis have all the control, and VP's roll is slowed. That's VP's first CT-sided round. Up the pace, up the ante, up the utility. Astralis get into cave, it costs them nothing.
I mean, if the rest of the halves have been like these scrappy, messy affairs, this one is full of some high-level rotates, some great reads. Intuition Counter-Strike on display. And as a result, it's very mobile. There's lots of moving pieces, lots of gaps to be found. That's why you've been seeing some of these You know, wild timings hit in particular by Astralis. And this is another example of that. Down comes through, swinging the cave smoke wide, and provides the openers for Astralis to find 11.
He got so much space. He just called his team up, said, guys, get ready, ramp, I'm going out. Astralis answered the call, exploding again into a triple B hold and reducing it to dust. VP just don't have the spots to play. Now it's a game of survival. As they need these guns, they have nothing to show for this CT side. One blemish on the Astralis track record as they hunt down everything. Stown late in the day, showing up with his best map yet. Three kills, including the hunt.
I mean, that is what you want to see from Stown, right? He had a slow start on Dust2, 5 kills in their entire first half. Didn't really ever get activated there. Slightly better look in Inferno from him. But it's here on map 3 that Stown shows up in his best form. And that's good. One of the problems for this guy used to feel like he would run out of steam by the end of a series, right? It felt like Stown would put his best foot forward only to run out of gas. So it's nice that Astralis have him in the back pocket putting up numbers to make this third map happen. I mean, what a completely different situation this third map is for Astralis compared to how the series started, where HOTU and Device, it was hulking individual efforts from the captain and the AWPer to lock in that win for Astralis. Well, this time HOTU is comfortably bottom of the board, but he's had good calls, good maneuvers, and it's the rest of his team that are uplifting him.
Yeah, as it kind of should be, right? You shouldn't have to rely on a player like HOTU to carry you through. It's great he did on Dust. They would have lost that game without him, but now as we go deep into the series, the regular stars are showing up a little bit more. Yabby and Stown with some impactful rounds. Stown is 5-1 in opening duels in this game. It's been missing. 4-1, sorry. And look at this, a fake on the lane, lots of control shown. Icy.
It's interesting.
Really
Astralis are giving VP a taste of their own medicine, or at least attempting to, right? This is a VP classic round. 2 players start lane, fight for control, the other 3 go A. But if one team knows how to cancel this out, it's the guys that were doing it against you. Virtus.pro clamp down on this 2-3 fake.
Let's be serious, this series was never going to end with a nice, clean, decisive victory for either team. It was always going to go the distance. We were always going to get all of the bloody rounds. And so VP, make sure that happens. They're coming for your AWP device. You can get a couple. You can't survive this. Every shot fired, VP get closer, and it only takes one. 11-9, VP biting back.
Hell of a round to find for VP, right? That is their lifeline round. That is the one that keeps the hope of this comeback in check.
It's GG if they lose.
They lose that, yeah, it's over. They're broke up against 12, and even though we've seen a lot of these force by wins across this series as a whole, they've petered out in the second half, not been as impactful, not been as prominent, haven't had one yet. Astralis depart from that fake and go back to what was working, which was these B hits. HOTU lands a blinder onto Electronic. The captains clash in cave. Might be the discovery that fires up Astralis. Oh, Cavemen discover fire. Now they've got devices. Astralis storming the board. Flamus is pincered. And these B hits, relentless from HOTU. Electronic from Inferno. HOTU's all in to delving into the Electronic playbook and using it against Virtus.pro.
Wow.
Astralis now have 3 chances to lock in playoffs.
It feels like it's destined, right? VP at least have a bit of money because they won an eco. They can fund Icy's AWP. They can get a few rifles. They can stay in this game, but Astralis well and truly in position to end this match right now, go 3-1 here in Astana, go into the arena in this new look, new led Danish roster. For Virtus.pro, it's been a stubborn look, especially on Inferno. Stubborn enough just to break through on that B site last map. But with a masterclass from HOTU on Dust2 and a decent T side here, Astralis might just have their number.
Down this time, going to try and replicate the cave entry, and once more Electronic is picked up there. Not the start VP wanted. It's a heavy B lean from them. They started 4 strong at this B site.
And every time Astralis go B into a triple stack with an execute, they do it cleanly. They don't take any deaths. The executes have been so nice. Icy's AWP has got to be the difference maker in this round.
It's on the line. Icy does want to get into that arena, play in front of his home crowd. This is his time to show us.
Bomb.
Flammer spotted, but also sees the bomb in that jiggle. Icy fires off. Now they know about the AWP. This is a lot of info for Astralis. They've collected a lot in a pretty low-risk fashion.
No!
Icy is wounded. He's hurt by that wall bang, but not finished off. Low on health might force more respect from the Icy AWP. Or maybe it makes him want to go down swinging, go down fighting. He's scoped up on the ramp. Jiggle sees him from device. That jump over the top. They know the AWP is here. In the background, Stair's been lurking all the way through the red room. This is powerful control to have. But Astralis don't look like they want to go backwards. Missed shot for Icy. That seals his fate. Device follows up with a double. And Astralis once more brave this stack. Barely a casualty sustained. Fame knows that this one is done. And through all the chaos, all the madness that VP brought to the table, it's Astralis bringing composure to this T-side that won them this series. In their debut with HOTU, the new captain for Astralis after a year spent out of action, he takes Astralis into the playoffs as they best VP in a whirlwind of a series.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be pretty, Harry. It just has to be effective, and